stuck in Mahomes' shadow. I'm Andrew Perloff.
Gas, groceries, utilities, you name it, the price of everything is going up. And if you're stuck in a bad timeshare with rising maintenance fees, the financial burden can be crushing. It is time to get your finances in order and get the real facts about that timeshare that you are stuck in and your options to get rid of it. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has been helping families out of horrible timeshares for over 10 years and has put together a complete timeshare exit information kit that he will send you absolutely free. To date, over 30,000 families have trusted Wesley Financial Group to help them out of financial hardship by getting them out of bad timeshares. Get the facts about how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation. Simply call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit and see how you can become timeshare free. Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. Once again, 800-462-3333.
Start your fitness journey with no long-term contracts in month-to-month memberships at Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. In counties near or small, there's a law firm to help you through whatever is your fall. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group to guide you through your most trying times. 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Fires the ball down the middle. Jason Swain!
It's time to kick off 3 hours of fair and honest discussions that go beyond the headlines of today's sports news.
And for a Tennessee touchdown!
From the Budweiser studios of 99.1 The Sports Animal, here are a couple of guys with over 30 years of combined knowledge of Tennessee sports. Here's Josh and Swain.
Good Wednesday afternoon. Welcome in to Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us today. Hope you're having a wonderful afternoon or day so far. The afternoon has just begun. Hopefully it's a good start. We're 2 minutes in to the afternoon portion. Swain, how are you?
No, we're good, man. We're good. I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm good. I have no clue what day it is. I had to take an extra pause to think. Is today Wednesday? School's been out for a few weeks. My rods and cones are all over the place, but it is a Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, plus no midweek game for Tennessee. That often helps me figure out what day it is. But Tennessee's going Saturday to Saturday in basketball this week.
Yeah, time to get rested, time to focus on some of the adjustments you need to make. I think it's a good time for some of the younger guys to prove to Rick Barnes, especially in the post, the post-playing big guys who are young. It's a chance for them to prove to Rick Barnes that they deserve minutes. I think coming up against Kentucky, against South Carolina, you're going to need all hands on deck because these are some really good basketball teams inside the SEC.
So if I have any confusing or less than stellar takes today, just blame it on the abnormality of the schedule this week. How about that?
There's nothing wrong with the schedule.
Something wrong with my schedule.
Oh, I understand that.
I'll tell you that much. But we're trying to get back on it. We're scheduled to be with you for the next 3 hours. Austin Price of AllQuest scheduled to join us at the start of next segment. So at 12:15, we'll talk to Austin about the addition of George McIntyre, quarterback from Brentwood Academy who committed to Tennessee on Monday, and what it could mean next. That along with some of the other additions, Tennessee landing some defensive line help for 2024 through the transfer portal. But what happens next for Tennessee's coaching staff? What is the objective now that George McIntyre is a public commitment for Tennessee, how they can benefit? We'll talk to Austin about that coming up in about 10 minutes. I was walking down the hallway just a few minutes ago. Swain ran into Kent downstairs. He said, man, it is a good time for Tennessee fans right now. Just had a big old smile on his face about the good times right now in football and basketball, a VFL legend and Todd Helton going into the Hall of Fame. Tennessee fans have a lot to celebrate right now.
I feel like we've been saying kind of the same things for the last couple of months, that there's a lot of good things going on Rocky Top, even when Tennessee fell short on the playing surface. I mean, you can't win every single game. It's really, really hard to do that. You play against other teams who are really good and other players who are talented as well. So you're not going to go undefeated in every sport, but it's a healthy program right now. And like I said, I feel like we've been saying this for the last couple of months about how good it is inside the athletic program, and our sports teams are competing at a very, very high level. You want to take it to the next level. I mean, again, if you're not hitting the floor every morning with your feet trying to be better than the day before, then, I mean, why are you in this business? So that should be the goal of every coach, every support staff member, every player that's inside of the athletic program, not just at Tennessee, but really everywhere in the country.
Well, there have been less days of disgust for fans as well. No SEC rival won a football national championship. Alabama is dealing with its challenges right now in the transition with Nick Saban retiring.
Mm-hmm.
There's just that simple fact that Nick Saban is retired, which brought on a lot of celebration. Last night, Kentucky basketball didn't have a very good showing against South Carolina. I think Tennessee fans enjoyed seeing that.
I mean, that falls into the Alabama fan category.
There is some crossover.
Yeah, I mean, those Bama football fans, man, they had it rough last night because they're the same people that may be Kentucky basketball fans too. So they probably had a rough night last night too, man.
The Iron Bowl of basketball is tonight. I know that the former football players hate that. Cole Kubelik hates the Iron Bowl of basketball because the Iron Bowl is a football game. But Auburn, Alabama will be played tonight in Tuscaloosa. That's a big one.
It's intense for sure. I mean, it's going to be packed in there like sardines, and it'll look great on TV and it'll look packed, but it won't be packed. It won't be packed of big numbers. It'll be packed with small numbers. So it's the matchup of two itty-bitty arenas that both have really good basketball teams, but their crowds doesn't match what Tennessee puts out there on Thompson-Boling Arena, Food City Center, in terms of numbers. So when people are watching that, Tennessee fans, just understand, you may think you want that, but what you have is a pretty dang good setup. Not a lot of schools in the country can say that they have the same setup with their attendance on the basketball side.
Danny White, a guest this morning on Sports Talk, he mentioned a change of heart. Are they going to move all the student section and seating arrangements around at Food City Center?
Yeah, they're going to kick all the $1 million donors out of those seats and put them somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me. Okay, so that's
it makes perfect sense, right? Yeah. All those folks dropping, 7-figure checks and 6-figure checks. Just tell those guys to sit behind the backboard and put them on the second level.
Yep.
Yeah.
By the way, the second level, you can get a good seat up there. Really good seat.
When Lofton had his jersey retired, I sat up there. It was fine. I had a nice view of what was going on. Now, was it 2 years ago? 2 years ago, I had some pretty good seats on the floor dang near when we played Auburn, and Auburn came in here either number one or was top 5 with Jabari Smith Jr.
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Those seats are pretty good too.
Pretty good too.
That's pretty good too.
So a good time right now for Tennessee. Congratulations to Todd Helton with his Hall of Fame news yesterday. That was exciting to see. Seeing the video of him getting the call and sharing that emotion with his family members was really cool. When you see that, it's a reminder of all the work, all the time that's put in, not just by the player, and of course the player is the biggest part of that, but the people who are around him or her, depending on what we're talking about. It's a really cool scene. Gets me every time. So for him, for Beltray, Joe Mauer's wait, not quite as long, but those guys, when you think about all the work that they put in, the first image I saw with Adrian Beltray was him with his family in the celebration. So seeing that video with Todd Helton was really cool.
I mean, you just look back on the journey and all the people that helped you along the way. Todd Helton being from here and playing sports here, and think about all the people that helped you Little League and then high school, all the relationships you had with teammates. They think about some of the adversity as well and how you were able to overcome that. It's just really cool to think about that. And then also, like, there was a quarterback meeting room that had Peyton Manning and Todd Helton in there. And that's just super weird that one meeting room had two 2 Hall of Famers in it in different
David
sports.
Cutcliffe's resume just got more impressive.
I know. I mean, I think what's more impressive than anything for David Cutcliffe is that he won big at Duke. But, hey, coaching Peyton, coaching Todd Helton, those are right under the fact that he was able to win big at Duke.
Yep, not too bad. So Todd Helton, congratulations to him. We'll have more discussion there. We'll discuss Tennessee's move from 2023 to 2024 and beyond with Austin Price of VolQuest. He will join us when we come back right here on Josh and Swain.
The Budweiser Studios are recognized worldwide on the Sports Animal app and online at 991thesportsanimal.com.
What if you could get a 365 days comfort guarantee to adjust the firmness or softness of your mattress? What if you could get a 2-sided flippable mattress at factory direct pricing? What if it came with a warranty of up to 20 years? What if you could watch your mattress being handmade right here in the Knoxville factory? You can at Brothers Bedding Mattress Factory. Brothers Bedding understands what it means to be local, high quality, excellent service, and a name you can trust for over 85 years. BrothersBedding.com.
And just like that, it's 2024. The new year always comes so fast. The older I get, the simpler my resolutions are. Spending time with family, planning for retirement. But this year, I added Protect It All to the list. When my best friend suddenly lost her husband, and seeing what her family went through, I realized how important life insurance is. We weren't covered, so I went to SelectQuote.com, and in minutes, we had quotes from multiple carriers. Then, an experienced licensed insurance agent helped us find the right coverage for our budget. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. The holidays were for family, but the new year, it's for protecting them.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-280-8787 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote. That's 1-800-280-8787. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Hey, this is Heather for Kitchen Sales. I talk a lot about kitchen remodeling because that was the last project that we worked with Kitchen Sales. But I got to tell you, Kitchen Sales can do some real kitchen building. We've got an apartment at our house that Kitchen Sales was able to build a beautiful and fully functional kitchen in the dormer space. It comes in so handy for our out-of-town guests. It really might be the best thing we ever did to our property. If you have a unique space and you need a kitchen or a bathroom, then you need the team at Kitchen Sales. You can start your new kitchen journey at their Hoyt Avenue showroom in downtown just off Cherry Street or out in West Knoxville in the Town and Country Circle showroom near Best Buy. Work with their design team. Pick out your cabinetry, your countertops, your appliances, and your financing all at Kitchen Sales. And they're all about your home and your budget. So in their lineup, they carry products that can beat salvage store pricing or go all the way up to a fully custom line. Everything you need, from design services to project completion, is at Kitchen Sales.
This has been a paid announcement.
There's a beauty in your future, I can see it up ahead. It's the very same model you've been seeing in your head. Ted Russell Nissan, we got it going on.
Hey folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. Buy any new Ted Russell Nissan and you're gonna get it. A lifetime warranty. This will be the longest warranty you'll ever need. Not a 100, not even a 200,000-mile warranty, but a lifetime warranty. So don't settle for less. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
We got it going on.
I remember when I was a little boy and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store. Well, we'll even tuck you in.
All facts, no fluff. Honest, credible sports information from two guys that know the facts. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us as we continue on 99.1 The Sports Animal, also live in the Tri-Cities each and every afternoon. AM 640 The Sports Monster. Next to Jason Swain, I'm Josh Ward, and we welcome to the show Austin Price of VolQuest. He joins us each week thanks to Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. Austin, thank you for the time as always. The big news so far this week, I would say at least on the recruiting trail, would be quarterback George McIntyre committing to the Vols 2 days ago. What's the impact? What's the significance of Tennessee landing George McIntyre?
Well, getting him really early in the process, Josh, is a big deal just because he's such a marquee player in the 2025 class. And he is pretty well connected out there with several players that Tennessee's targeting, whether it be on the offensive line with guys like Juan Gaston, David Sanders, Josh Petty, to the wide receiving core, with players like Caleb Cunningham, Jamie French, Rodarius Jackson, Cam Sparks, all of which, have gotten to know George pretty well through 7-on-7, through visits to other campuses, including Tennessee. So the impact could be big there just because he does know a lot of kids within the Tennessee recruiting footprint.
How long do you think he knew he wanted to be a Vol? I know the weather conditions postponed his commitment, but how long did you feel like Tennessee was number one for George McIntyre?
I think they've been number one the whole time. I think he took visits. I think he tried to look at things objectively. I think he had a really good relationship with Tommy Rees at Alabama. He liked Coach Saban. He had a really good relationship with Coach Sloan at LSU. But at the end of the day, his best relationship, and I've said that, for months, was with Josh Heupel. And his relationship with Joey Halsley got stronger. George is a member of a family that, has had over 50 people graduate from the University of Tennessee. And so, there was always a natural tie there. He grew up going to Tennessee games. He grew up wearing orange. And, as he said this morning on Ramon, Kayla, and Will in Nashville, he took visits. He visited places all over the country, and he couldn't find a better place than the one right here in his home state.
Austin Price is with us from VolQuest. He joins us thanks to Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. And you mentioned the state of Tennessee. How important is in-state recruiting for this class? It's always a subject, but for 2025, what would you say about the in-state class that Tennessee will go after?
Well, you look at Ethan Utley. It's a really, really good defensive lineman Tennessee's after. Got a long-time relationship, his family does, with Coach Rodney Garner. Ethan's mom has known Coach Garner since Coach Garner was at Georgia, which has been several years ago. You have Cam Sparks at Chattanooga Baylor, Rodarius Jackson out of the Memphis area. Both kids play 7-on-7 with George on the same 7-on-7 team. And so, there's, several key in-state players, even a guy like, Nick Moore at Jefferson County, who is someone who's gotten, a handful of Power 5 offers. I think Tennessee continues to evaluate him. It wouldn't surprise me if Tennessee decided to offer Nick. He's a guard. He's an offensive guard. And, the in-state group, as Josh Heupel said during the early signing period, will be very important for the 2025 class.
Austin Price, VolQuest.com. Tennessee was able to add a couple players in the portal on the offensive line, defensive line. Do you see Tennessee still targeting the guard position from the portal?
I think a lot of that will – at this point, I don't think anybody else is coming until after spring, if anybody does come at that point. So I think a lot of it will be determined, like, what Tennessee does in the spring at guard. How does Andre Keurig look? How does Jackson Lampley look? Do they give a look to someone like Sham Umarov? Do they move him inside? Bison Lang? How do they feel about that position exiting spring? If they feel good enough, then I'm not sure Tennessee will target anybody at guard. But that's why you have that spring window. If you get in there and you really don't like what you have that opportunity to go out and add a piece or two. And, there's always the possibility that Tennessee could also lose a piece or two. I don't think anybody have any significance, but I think, there are kids that are like, I'm going to go through spring at Tennessee, see where I'm at, and then if I don't feel like I'm in a good spot, then I'll leave, right? Like, there are kids like that all over the country at Ohio State and Georgia and Alabama. that want to give it one more go in spring to see if they've improved, see if they can move up the roster. So I think that's kind of the movement you'll see in the spring window is a lot of it will be determined by the health of the position, kind of where you're at from a depth standpoint, and all of that.
We had Matt Moscona on last week, and I asked him about where the LSU collective ranks or fits with the rest of the collectives in college football. And he said around the middle tier, a group of 30, there's the elite 10 collectives around the country, and then there's the next tier. You put LSU in the next tier. Where would you put Tennessee's collective, Spire and Volunteer Club?
Well, I think that is like, I don't think you can really rank them because no one knows exactly what each team is spending. No one knows exactly what each team has. Some of it could be smoke and mirrors where it looks like somebody's strong and they're really not that strong. They're kind of making it month to month. Some of them could be kind of sitting there on a war chest of a ton of money and you just don't know it, right? I mean, there's so much unknown. I don't think you can accurately rank any of it. Like, I think any of the rankings to me are kind of funny just because, I mean, it's like you don't know what anybody has.
Yeah.
I mean, Tennessee obviously looks like they have a pretty strong collective, right? But does anybody know how much money Tennessee has? Does anybody know how much money Alabama has? A&M? I mean, everybody thought, well, that Texas oil money will be huge. Well, it started to show up a little bit this cycle with Texas going big, but has it really showed up, elsewhere? I mean, look at A&M. They had that one big recruiting class that Jimbo said, oh, they all came just for the love of the Aggies. And then they all left, right? So, I guess the rankings part of it to me is funny. I think Tennessee's collective is a really good collective. I think they do a really nice job. It benefits a ton of athletes on Tennessee's campus in all sports. But I mean, as far as ranking, who knows? I mean, Tennessee could have the number 1 collective. They could have the number 13 collective, and I don't think you can know for sure. And so, the biggest thing is the collective at each school paying dividends for said school. And I think what you can look at with Tennessee's roster is I don't think you've not really lost anybody of super value. Tyler Barron would be the one that you lost, but he went to Louisville. I mean, that's a basketball school at the end of the day, right? They're dabbling in football a little bit more with Jeff Brom. But you didn't lose anybody to one of your main competitors, somebody that you're going to play this fall. And I think that says a lot about, the strength of the collective is, when you're not losing key players to your rivals.
Austin Price, VolQuest, what do you think of Tennessee's interior defensive line with the guys who decided to come back with the addition this past weekend, bringing in a transfer from Stanford? How does that make Tennessee's interior look for next year on the defensive line?
I think Tennessee's interior defensive line for 24 is really, really strong. I think because of the addition of Jackson Moy, the 25 interior defensive lineman is stronger. Not stronger than 24, but it's stronger than it was going to be. I think the addition of Moy and Hurd last weekend were big. Yeah, they're going to help in 24, and it's a big deal for this coming fall. But I think it's substantially bigger for 25 when you can't bring Cooper Mays back. You can't bring John Campbell back, and you can't bring Javonte Spraggins back, and you can't bring Omari Thomas and Omar Norman Lott. And I mean, the Band-Aid will get ripped off, right? There's no additional year for any of those guys I just named. And so you need players that will be here in 25, and that's why Hurd and Moy are so big. And but, yeah, I mean, the interior part of the defensive line I think will be a real point of strength this year. And then you add in the growth of James Pierce. You add in the growth of a guy who I think the coaches were extremely high on and until he got hurt back in fall camp, and that was Tyree Weathersby. I think that, we'll see what kind of movement Josh Josephs has this fall or this spring and throughout this winter. I think all that will pay dividends for Tennessee's defense this fall.
Yeah, what have you heard about Weathersby and his recovery from the injury before this past season, and any other injury notes, guys dealing with injuries from this past fall and where they'll be over the next few months trying to get ready for 2024?
Do not expect Elijah Herring to be available this spring. But, you look at Arian Carter should be good to go. It might be limited early, but I think by middle part of spring he's ready to go. He may be full go the whole time. Same thing with a lot of these players that were kind of banged up at the end of last year. Dante Thornton, John Campbell, all of which I think will be good to go this spring. But Weathersby specifically, he's been off the scooter. He's been full walking. He's running now. He should be good to go when spring practice starts just after spring break in March.
Austin, before you go, we went through the All-Star, All-American circuit here recently for the 2024 signees. Some good performances that I noticed. What stood out to you? Any takeaways from those games, those practice runs that they went through against some of the best players around the country?
Yeah, Jordan Ross has he dominated at the Under Armour and the Polynesian Bowl. That definitely looks like a really good get for Tennessee. And when you start thinking about Pierce, Josephs, Herring, all of a sudden rolling into Ross, that outside Leo position, this pass rusher, looks like a real point of strength under Tim Banks, Rodney Garner, Josh Heupel. Mike Matthews obviously had a strong presence at the Polynesian Bowl. I got offensive MVP, which was second year in a row. Tennessee's had the offensive MVP in that game, and and I think Bennett Warren. The one guy I wish was here early was Bennett Warren, because I think he needed the winter time to really get off kind of the bad weight, because I think the sky's the limit for him. And when he gets in there in the weight room and the nutrition program, I think he'll trim off some of that baby fat, and he's got a real chance to be really good.
Quick, George McIntyre. We've seen quarterbacks be early enrollees and try to get a jump start. Any word on if McIntyre is going to be an early enrollee or not?
Well, Brentwood Academy does not allow early enrollees, or has not ever allowed an early enrollee. I said this on VolQuest, there's more than one way to skin a cat. So he will play for Brentwood Academy this fall. George, in my opinion, will be an early enrollee one way or the other. So whether that's with Brentwood Academy or not, I know this: if I was Brentwood Academy, I would want George to be saying I went to Brentwood Academy, and so I would figure out a way to to make that possible. Either way, I still see him at Tennessee come January of 2025.
If there's a 5-star, there's a way. So big news, George McIntyre with his commitment to Tennessee. Austin joining us to talk about the potential impact on the 25 class as well. Every week we talk to Austin Price, thanks to Rick Terry Jewelry Designs, making it unique, making it special, making it just for you. They want to be your jeweler there at Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. Austin, thanks for the time as always. We appreciate it, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Austin Price joining us from VolQuest, as all guests do, on the Stanley Fencing and Gates Hotline.
Brentwood, you know what to do. And I already have the response for you when other parents complain about their kid not being able to graduate early and be an early enrollee too. Your kid ain't a 5-star. Your kid ain't a quarterback, and your kid ain't going to Tennessee. There's perks that comes with being the in-state school. If you go to Tennessee, you can be early enrollee. If you don't, you got to wait. I don't make the rules here. Actually, I just made that rule.
Yeah, that felt kind of made up on the fly.
Yeah. Correction. I just made up that rule. That is the new rule.
All right, we need to start putting the PDF together, the Swain rules. There were the Jordan rules. Those were of a different kind, but we'll have the Swain rules.
I'm just saying, man. Let's just make that rule up. I think it's a pretty good rule. I think it's a fair rule.
It sounded, objectively speaking, as a member of the media, which you so very clearly are.
I am a member of the new media. That's correct.
New media member right here, Jason Swain. I'm Josh Ward. We invite you to be a part of the show. Call or text in at 865-656-9900. We're with you until 3 o'clock. A lot more football talk coming up, a lot of Tennessee talk. You can join us right here on Josh and Swain.
To receive breaking news on the Tennessee Vols, text the word Vols to 865-656-9900. That's VOLS to 865-656-9900. The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on the Sports Animal.
The Tennessee Titans have hired Brian Callahan to be the team's next head coach. Callahan replaces Mike Vrabel, who was fired after back-to-back losing seasons. Callahan spent the last 5 years as the offensive coordinator in Cincinnati, helping the Bengals to a Super Bowl appearance 2 years ago. He was also an offensive assistant in Denver when the Broncos won the Super Bowl back in 2015. Former Tennessee baseball standout Todd Helton is now a Hall of Famer. The former Vol will be enshrined in Cooperstown for the class of 2024 after receiving 79% of the votes in his 6th year on the Hall of Fame ballot. He joins Adrian Beltre and Joe Mauer in this year's class. Helton finished his career batting .316 over 17 years, all with the Colorado Rockies. He had over 2,500 career hits and finished with 369 career homers. SEC Hoops tonight. Georgia gets LSU at 6:30. Alabama faces Auburn at 7:30. Mississippi State visits Florida at 8:30. Ole Miss takes on Arkansas at 9. I'm Joel Silverberg.
This past week may have been an eye-opening experience about what kind of vehicle you have and what kind of vehicle you need. If you're looking for a vehicle for you or your business, Freedom Motors, they got you taken care of. They want the opportunity to earn your business. They'll work with you to find that right vehicle at the right price, at the right financing for you. Freedom Motors uses their power with local credit unions to make sure that you get the best deal possible on that next ride. Freedom Motors, right there on Maynardville Pike and Halls, they have a full selection of cars and trucks, vans, campers, RVs, power sports vehicles, whatever you need. Freedom Motors make sure they take care of you. Every vehicle comes with a 90-day warranty, and your financing is guaranteed. Freedom Motors can bring the vehicle right to your front door. You can check out their selection, Freedom Motors, Maynardville Pike, or online at freedommotors.tn.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
Join Josh and Swain from noon to 3 Friday live from the Bed Store in Morristown. The Bed Store has 7 convenient area locations with brands like Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy. Shop mattresses, accessories, and get free delivery.
Rock and Roll Hall of Famers, the Doobie Brothers. Tom Johnston, Michael McDonald, Pat Simmons, and John McPhee. The 2024 Tour. With special guest, the Robert Cray Band, live in Knoxville. Performing at Thompson Bowling Arena at Food City Center, July 14th. Get tickets this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. For more, visit theDoobieBrothers.com.
Danny B here. Join us every Saturday morning on The Sports Animal. Visit us at dbwins.com and call our free pick hotline, 877-828-0120. That's 877-828-0120.
The big dog of heating and cooling is now looking for more techs to join the pack. Chancey & Reynolds is now hiring duct mechanics and technicians, providing a great benefits package, paid vacation and holidays. These are full-time positions for those who want a career, not just a job. Chancey & Reynolds, in business for more than 40 years, is a York Heating and Air Specialty Company. Apply in person at 614 Van Street or call 865-525-5076.
The big dog of heating and cooling. The big dog.
A farm, a family, and a tradition of premium fresh sausage that's lasted almost a century. Using only the freshest ingredients and finest cuts of meat for flavor that is locked in instantly. Each bite of Swaggerty's Farm sausage transports you back to a warm, cozy southern kitchen, leaving you satisfied and ready to take on the day. Swaggerty's Farm, quite possibly the best tasting sausage in America. Now available at your local retailers.
Today, we're on a quest for the ever-elusive local business. However, our search is difficult as big-name national companies overshadow their smaller competitors. If only these local businesses knew about Cumulus Boost. Cumulus Boost can increase their online presence in ways that go beyond basic SEO. Aha! A mom-and-pop shop victory! Get found by more customers with Cumulus Boost at cumulusboost.com. That's CUMULUS Boost.com.
When it comes to weight loss, one size does not fit all. At Bragg Weight Loss and Wellness, powered by Nutrimost, Dr. Terry Bragg provides the educational tools you need to manage your weight. No prepackaged foods and no counting points. Dr. Bragg uses a team approach, creating a personalized roadmap to a healthy lifestyle, including food plan, supplements, and support. Most participants lose 20 pounds in 40 days. For more information, go to BraggWeightLossAndWellness.com and start living your most healthy life.
This has been a paid announcement.
This report is sponsored by Tire Rack. Nearly 3,000 teen drivers die in car crashes each year. Tire Rack Street Survival is designed to save lives. The one-day hands-on driving school gives teens experience in car control through exercises that include emergency braking and skid recovery. Find a class near you at TireRack.com/survive.
We'll see more clouds this afternoon with highs into the upper 50s to lower 60s. Rain really pushes in this evening, and especially throughout the overnight hours. We got that WBLT First Alert Weather Day for Thursday as we're tracking a messy morning and evening commute and watch the potential for some flooding. From the WBLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Paige Noel.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Recovering millions at damages for personal injury clients throughout East Tennessee. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group so they can help you get the help you need. 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. You're listening to Josh and Swain on 99.1, The Sports Animal.
Thanks for being with us on Josh and Swain. We're on social media at Josh and Swain. Follow on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. Do us a favor and subscribe as well to the weekly Josh and Swain newsletter. Go to joshandswain.com to do that once a week into your inbox on Friday mornings. Maybe this week's newsletter will have a full rundown of the new Swain rules. Gene in the YouTube chat says, Swain rule number 2. Defensive line recruits need to look like they've been working at a foundry at nights to pay their second mortgage.
Oh, yeah, man. All right, I have the Swain event recruiting guidelines now. It is on a PDF. I have that.
Does Lance Hurd, he fit the offensive line requirements that you have, right?
Lance Hurd definitely fits the requirements. Yeah, 100%. I got to hear.
Do you have it saved?
Absolutely.
It's a Swain event staple?
It is a recruiting guideline.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. I got it saved. Absolutely, man. Let me see if I can pull it up for you, Josh Ward.
Zalance Ernell Hurd. I was trying to pull his name up. I had forgotten exactly what it was. Ernell, his middle name, as was shown in the student directory the other day. That's exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah. 5-star recruiting guidelines. You must look old enough to rent a car. Collect Social Security. You got to remember renting a blockbuster movie. You got to at least remember the times. You have to be able to look old enough to be a substitute teacher. Be a security guard at the mall. If you get sleepy at 9 p.m., perfect. I know you like that, Josh.
All right, maybe I'm starting to qualify here.
You must look old enough to be 5 years away from retirement, to be in the hair club for men, to pee in the middle of the night regularly. Very important. You rather chill on your official visit than go out. If we have kids that come in, they want to go out, eager about going out, I don't know. You got to look old enough to just relax. That's when we know you're old. Shave after every 3 days. I'm willing to go 1.5. Last but not least, you must look old enough to remember shopping at Montgomery Ward. Remember those days?
Of course.
I got more, but.
That's good. Will there be some kind of blockbuster exception at some point here soon? Time's starting to get away from us.
Yeah, it needs to be edited. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
I was a big video movies to go guy.
Yeah, because the video games. Mm-hmm. Was my motivation. But yeah, you got to look old to pass the eye test as a recruit.
Yep.
And I think Tennessee handled that with Lance Moore.
Yeah, Lance Hurd. I think he fits it.
Lance Moore's a receiver to play for the Saints.
It's also Sharon Moore, he's just sitting waiting.
He can't wait to be the head coach. He is ready. He gonna pretend like he's sad. He not sad. He happy.
Is he creating a lot of bots to go online and ping the Chargers official accounts? We want Harbaugh. We want Harbaugh.
I would.
Deal done?
I would do it. 100%, man. Your chance to be a head coach at Michigan. Last week, Matt Muscovna said that Michigan job was better than the LSU job. I don't know that.
Yeah, I don't agree. I think it's LSU.
I don't agree either.
There's a case to be made for LSU at number 1. When you see Les Miles and Ed Orgeron able to win titles there, you know about the talent that you can acquire at any time. So I don't think I would put it at number 1, but it's in the running.
I think it's better than Michigan. But, like Sherrone Moore, he's going to be in paradise. He's going to be in paradise.
And there was a lot more talk of that's just the obvious move where things are now. The deeper it goes into the spring semester, I don't know exactly what their dates are, but eventually classes do begin. I think school is still tied to athletics in college, so it wouldn't be as easy to transfer once you're at a certain point in a spring semester. I don't believe.
Hey, dude, the rules change every day.
They seem to.
Josh, they change every day.
They seem to. Jason Swain might be rewriting something. So we appreciate all the interaction. We'll open up the text box as well, 865-656-9900. Jackie in the YouTube chat. My wife just hit me in the head with a can of soda. Lucky for me, it was a soft drink.
Oh, man. That's a good one. That's a good one.
I think fans are excited about George McIntyre. That's obvious. But I don't know if it's all because of his talent or all because his commitment could help bring in the 2025 class.
It's both. It's not like people reacting when Bo Hardigree committed, and that brought in Daniel Brooks too, or vice versa. I mean, that was a package deal. Sorry, Bo, I just had to make a point, man. It's not like one of those things. Like George McIntyre is really, really good, and him by himself is good enough. But he has so much pull with the other recruits, and that just makes it much better. So if I had to pick which one is more impactful, the recruits he can bring or him himself, I don't know if I can answer that. I don't know if I could.
Well, we'll find out, too.
We will find out.
We'll get a better idea once we know who's in the fold.
No, we're going to find out real soon.
Mm-hmm.
Real soon. I think 2025 recruits will start coming off the board. That's just what I feel in my gut. AP didn't say that. That's just what I feel in my gut. I can see that happening.
He's already very popular. If he gets more talent to Tennessee, popularity is going to rise for George McIntyre.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And for this coaching staff and this staff on campus that helps recruit with the on-field coaches, this is a fortunate year that you have so many players inside the state, and then you have a quarterback that commits to you early and wants to help recruit his future teammates. That's going to help out the recruiting staff and the coaches on the sidelines when they're out trying to recruit and bring in players too.
Yep, big time. Headlines started out, and then it goes a lot deeper than that when you have the quarterback in the fold who's willing to help. Kevin in Pensacola, what do you call a lazy kangaroo? A pouch potato.
That's cute. That is cute. You got to go home and tell the kiddos that one, Josh.
Yep. I'm going to drop that one tonight.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
20 minutes from now, the next All-American candidate for Tennessee football. We will answer Joel's tough questions when we come back with the face-off. We will invite you to join us along the way. 865-656-9900 to join us here on Josh and Swain.
No matter where you go, there we are. Stream us anywhere. 99.1 The Sports Animal on the app or website.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about SlamDot. You can go to slamdot.com/Josh. Take advantage of 20% off a website package and your first 3 months of marketing with SlamDot. SlamDot can help you if you are looking to grow your business in a number of different ways. SlamDot can help you if you are looking for a new website. As I just mentioned, the savings that you can find with a new website package. They can help come up with a design so that you present yourself to future customers in a way that you want to be presented. They will help get the message out with search engine optimization and a digital marketing plan, SEO. So if somebody is searching for a product or a service that you offer, they're more likely to find you thanks to the help from Slam Dot. They will sit down during a free consultation up front to learn more about your business so they can figure out the best plan to help. Call Slam Dot and mention my name. Mention that I sent you there. You'll get 20% off the website package and your first 3 months of marketing. Call Slam Dot at 865-238-5600. You can go online to slamdot.com/Josh.
This has been a paid announcement. Hi, this is John with ProSource Home Buyers, and I buy houses cash. If you have a house and you want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me. 865-500-3711. I pay cash and close as quickly as you'd like. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, in any location. I buy several houses per month, and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorced houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that is in rough shape and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying these houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosed houses. If you own a house and you want to sell it fast, call me at 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711.
Trees add beauty and value to our homes and lives, but when tree troubles strike, chopping them down might seem like the only answer. Well, enter Bartlett Tree Experts. With over 115 years of scientific tree care, Bartlett Certified Arborists craft a plan for you, covering pruning to soil care and treatments that shield your trees from diseases and insects. If removal's the only option, Bartlett's got your back on that too. Trust your tree care to the experts at Bartlett. Visit Bartlett.com. That's Bartlett.com.
The American Red Cross is facing an emergency blood shortage. More donors are urgently needed now to ensure blood is ready at a moment's notice. Make an appointment today to give. Use the Blood Donor app, visit redcrossblood.org, or call 1-800-RED-CROSS to schedule your donation.
Why do you change your car's air filter? Because when it's clogged, it doesn't work. The same is true of your nose, the body's air filter. It's great at trapping allergens, dust, and viruses, but unless you clean it regularly, they can stay trapped, making you miserable. I'm Martin Hogue, inventor of Navage, the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping to flush out allergens, mucus, and germs. Here's a testimonial from a verified purchaser and a big Navage fan. Quote, I've been suffering for 30 years with chronic sinus infections and allergies. I stumbled across Navage. The suction is amazing. It cleared my sinus cavities better than anything I've tried before. Unquote. Navage has over 120,000 reviews with a 4.6-star average written by people who use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. Wash your body's air filter with Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Experience the best attractions and restaurants East Tennessee has to offer at unbeatable prices with our Sweet Deal of the Week. Don't miss out. Check out 991thesportsanimal.com and click on Sweet Deal.
I'm Michael Jenkins, helping you beat the books with BetQL. Tulane is coming off their biggest win of the season after taking down number 10 Memphis over the weekend, and now the Green Wave head on the road. Texas San Antonio will host Tulane, and the Roadrunners are in a deep slump, having lost 4 straight and 8 out of 10. A Tulane team riding high and a UTSA team struggling means the BetQL 5-star play in college hoops is taking the Green Wave and laying the points on the road. I'm Michael Jenkins. Bet smarter and beat the books with BetQL, and download the BetMGM app today.
January is no time for the same old meals. HelloFresh is here to kickstart 2024 with enticing flavors and fresh ingredients paired with easy-to-follow recipes and delivered to your door. They'll keep your taste buds guessing with their most expansive menu yet. Over 45 delicious recipes to choose from each week. Right now, get free breakfast for life with code RadioBreakfast at HelloFresh.com/RadioBreakfast. That's one free breakfast item per box while subscription is active with code RadioBreakfast at HelloFresh.com/RadioBreakfast.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. With you until 3 o'clock. Final segment of hour number 1. Braden Gall of 440 Sports will join us at 2 o'clock to talk college football, and we'll talk about Tennessee's next All-American candidate. Could be multiple at the start of the 1 o'clock hour. Next to Jason Swain, I'm Josh Ward as Joel Silverberg sets us up with today's face-off.
Get some. Head-to-head, toe-to-toe. Let's go one-on-one with today's face-off.
But to be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Are you ready?
Let's get this mother crock.
Joel, what do you have for us today?
Is it time for the NFL to alter the fumble end zone touchback rule?
So we doing this again?
Again and again. Every single time, especially if it happens in a big game as it did this past weekend with the Bills and the Chiefs.
No, it's not time. It's time for ball carriers to hold on to the ball. That's what it's time for. You have so many rules in your favor offense. You never get called for targeting, even though you lower your head, even though sometimes you initiate contact. You can't be touched down the football field without a holding call because the game wants to produce points and produce excitement, so the defensive players are put at a disadvantage. The only thing they have for themselves is creating a fumble for the touchback. So leave the rule alone. Tell the ball carriers to do a better job of holding on to the ball, not fumbling.
You make a great case when you talk about the advantages the offensive side already has, and I respect that. I don't understand why the reward is so great, possession and out to the 20, when you don't even come up with the football. You've done nothing to actually gain possession, but you get such a reward for it. So that's why I think the rule needs to be altered. I'm actually still okay with a turnover, but I don't think it should be out to the 20.
Where it should be? At the 5-yard line?
Yeah. If you recover a fumble at the 1, where do you get it? You don't take it out to the 20. So
it goes out the end zone.
So if it goes out the end zone, but you didn't actually get the ball, yeah, I would put it back inside the 5.
But that's a touchback though. Same way if you kick the ball out of bounds, it's still be a touchback.
If the ball goes out at the 1, where's the ball spotted?
Well, at the 1, I understand that. But we're talking about the ball goes out the end zone. If the ball goes out the end zone, you treat that just like a kick going out the end zone, and the ball goes to the 20. So if you want to change the touchback rule on the kickoff and put the ball at the 10, then I understand if a fumble goes out of the end zone, you put the ball at the 10. But as long as the touchback on kicks go to the 10, you put the ball on the 10 with the fumble. Just stop fumbling the ball, offensive players.
Defense
How about
has
that?
it so easy.
Fair or foul with the Milwaukee Bucks firing first-year head coach Adrian Griffin?
Oh, it was foul. It was dirty. But you got a better coach than Doc Rivers. And maybe you don't know if Doc Rivers is a better coach because you fired Adrian Griffin, 30 games into the season? If that. Maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. But it's certainly foul. But it's a business. And you do have Giannis on the team. And we all know there's a player on that team with the same last name as Giannis that don't belong on that team. We all know that. Giannis makes the rules there.
Yeah, Giannis and Dame better go win. They lead the league in scoring. They've won recently. It's not like they're on some downskid. They're 3.5 games out of the best record in the NBA, and their first-year head coach who was promoted in that spot got fired. All right, star players, you want your guy out? You better go win.
Happy National Peanut Butter Day. Besides jelly, what food best goes with peanut butter?
It's apple, man. It's apple. That's my go-to. What you got?
Apple is a great choice. I love slicing up the apple, scooping the peanut butter. Go time. I'm going to say the answer is chocolate. Chocolate and peanut butter. You can do that in your peanut butter cup form. You can do that with a shake. Chocolate and peanut butter shake. I actually think it's very underrated in the shake space. So there are a ton of great options. And pretzels and peanut butter is a lot of fun. But I'm going to go chocolate. Apple's a great choice too.
Kentucky lost its second SEC game last night at South Carolina. Is it too early to dismiss Kentucky as a contender for the SEC title?
Take a shot if you heard Calipari yesterday talk about how young his team is. This is what he does when his team loses early in the year. He talks about how young they are. And yeah, it's true. They're young. They have freshmen come in. And those teams get better. They get better with time. It's not smart at all to dismiss Kentucky. What you should be doing is laughing hysterically at them losing to South Carolina the way they did, but understand they still can beat you too. That's what you should do. You still should respect them, but you can't dismiss them because they'll get better.
It is too early to dismiss Kentucky, and I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. I don't think this team is going to get to the record that's going to be necessary to win it in the league. They still have to go to Auburn. They're going to have to play twice against Tennessee. I don't see a sweep with Tennessee. And they'll slip up again once or twice. I don't think they can do it. I'm going to call it. They're not going to win.
All right, Swain gets the win.
DJ
Hold on to the football.
Hold on to the ball.
Especially in the red zone.
It's oddly shaped. It's going to bounce weird places.
Hold on to it.
MG.
Like, we already changed the rules when Josh Allen didn't get a chance. The Buffalo Bills didn't get a chance when they lost in the Super Bowl. Now we're going to change the rules again from a Buffalo Bills game?
That's
No, we're not doing that. We're not. Buffalo Bills, win. You've been to Super Bowl a couple times back in the 90s, 4 times, and you lost. And knocking on the door now, we all want you to win. Like, we really want the Buffalo Bills to win Super Bowl. But we're not making up rules to help you do it. You got to take care of the football. You got to put the ball in the end zone. You got to kick field goals in between the uprights. You got to do it. Don't be counting on us to do it.
Somebody on this show has to stand up for the offensive guys. Somebody will. By the way, happy National Peanut Butter Day. Crunchy over creamy every single time.
I agree with you on that.
2 hours to go. Tennessee's next All-American right here on Josh and Swain.
Do you have stuff that you need gone? Then give a buzz to Junk Be Gone. Created right here in Knoxville, Junk Be Gone has been the #1 junk removal company in East Tennessee for the past 16 years. Full service junk removal, 15-yard driveway dumpsters, document shredding, and demolition. They can remove above ground pools, pool tables, hot tubs, swing sets, fences, pianos, home and office furniture, even televisions, and the kitchen sink. Give them a buzz at 865-675-5865 or on the web at junkbegone.biz.
Fellas, if you've been noticing some differences in how you feel, pay attention to them. If you've been feeling tired, grumpy, you've noticed a lack of motivation and drive, have weight gain, you've noticed that, loss of muscle mass. These are signs of low testosterone levels. At Low T Center, they can make it easy for you to get those levels checked. It's a simple blood test, and with their on-site lab, those results will be back to you in about 25 minutes. Low T Center is not like your typical doctor's office. It's concierge medicine for men. Their physicians specialize in treating low testosterone, and they've been exclusively treating men for years, with most health insurance being accepted. And they have affordable and convenient treatment options, including physician-monitored self-inject treatments that you can get shipped directly to your home each month. So there's no need for you to drive to the center for those weekly visits. Right now, at the Low T Center, it's just $25 to get your T level tested. Make your health and quality of life a priority. Make it a great year, 2024. Go to the website, lowtcenter.com, to book your appointment online today. That's lowtcenter.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
With your choice of select sandwich, nugs, fries, and a drink, Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag is your go-to. Your nugget wingman. Your hot and crispy fry co-pilot.
Just like us. We're like the bag boys.
What?
Bag boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
For a deal you can count on, bet on Biggie and choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Bag boys.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes choice of JVC or crispy chicken sandwich with 4-piece nugs, junior fry, and small soft drink. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Leave winter at the door and step into spring at the Dogwood Arts House and Garden Show, February 9th through the 11th at the Knoxville Convention Center. Stroll through Grand Gardens and meet the top vendors in home, garden, appliances, and more, all under one roof. Don't miss live music, DIY demos, maker workshops, and expert presentations on the how-to stage. Plus, enter to win one of 3 weekend getaways, courtesy of ORNL Federal Credit Union. And don't forget the kids. Creation Station will feature free activities and entertainment just for them. Kids 12 and under get in free. From the ground to the gutters, make your home and garden dreams come true at the Dogwood Arts House and Garden Show. Presented by Tim's Fencing and supported by ORNL Federal Credit Union. February 9th through the 11th at the Knoxville Convention Center. Visit dogwoodarts.com for more details.
Brought to you in part by The Sports Animal, proud supporter of Dogwood Arts.
Is retirement around the corner? If so, this message is for you. This is Eric Ainge with Senior Benefit Inc., and they specialize in all things Medicare. A local family-owned brokerage company that can help you if you're leaving your group coverage and entering that Medicare free-for-all. That can be frustrating, and Senior Benefit Inc. knows that. Don't make the difficult decisions alone. All you have to do is call Senior Benefit Inc. and let them help you. Their services are free and confidential. Call them, guys, 865-862-4298 or online at getsbi.com.
This is WNML-FM Friendsville, WNML-AM Knoxville, Cumulus Media Stations, broadcasting worldwide from the Budweiser Studios. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Andrew Perloff with a CBS Sports Minute. Lamar Jackson is about to win his second MVP, and his path to the Hall of Fame already feels secure. But he could run into the same problem as Josh Allen in Buffalo. Patrick Mahomes is an obstacle many great quarterbacks have not been able to overcome the last 5 years. It's reminiscent of Tom Brady boxing out players like Peyton Manning and Phillip Rivers. Jackson has a great chance to break that trend, but until he does, every other quarterback in the NFL remains stuck in Mahomes' shadow. I'm Andrew Perloff.
Gas, groceries, utilities, you name it, the price of everything is going up. And if you're stuck in a bad timeshare with rising maintenance fees, the financial burden can be crushing. It is time to get your finances in order and get the real facts about that timeshare that you are stuck in and your options to get rid of it. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has been helping families out of horrible timeshares for over 10 years and has put together a complete timeshare exit information kit that he will send you absolutely free. To date, over 30,000 families have trusted Wesley Financial Group to help them out of financial hardship by getting them out of bad timeshares. Get the facts about how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation. Simply call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit and see how you can become timeshare free. Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. Once again, 800-462-3333.
Start your fitness journey with no long-term contracts and month-to-month memberships at Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Some law firms specialize in one thing, but there's one here in East Tennessee that specializes in them all. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Hour number 2 of Josh and Swain is here. Thanks for being with us on this Wednesday afternoon. 1 hour down, 2 to go. With you on 99.1 The Sports Animal, as well as the Tri-Cities, AM 640, The Sports Monster. Great to be with you as well. Wherever you are listening, however you are listening or watching, if you're with us on Twitter or our YouTube channel from The Sports Animal, we appreciate you being with us today. We'll keep the text box open. You can message us there at 865-656-9900. As Chip said, that Swain saying apples is the best food option to go with peanut butter besides jelly. Lame answer. Bet you drink your water with your pinky up as well.
Well, actually, I do, because this pinky is dislocated and it doesn't necessarily bend. So, yeah, Chip, you're right, man. I do drink with my pinky up. My right hand. Yeah. How's apples lame?
I love apples with peanut butter, so I'm not gonna battle you on this one. You and I are aligned.
Like, it's one of the goat fruits.
It is the goat fruit.
Like, what are you talking about, Chip? You don't like apples? I mean, I know you're from Georgia. You have this allegiance to peaches, but still, like, apples are pretty dang good, man.
Yep. We're aligned there. I've got your back, Swain.
Thank you, man.
Don't you worry.
Everybody got their back.
ESPN,
whatever that means,
is back to talking football for 2024. We see the way too early top 25s a lot. Well, how about a way too early college football All-America team?
James Pierce?
For 2024. Swain, how'd you know?
Just a lucky guess, man. Lucky guess. Sorry to ruin the surprise.
Yeah, well, I do have another surprise for you with it, so that's okay. I thought you might guess James Pierce Jr. I don't know why, but I thought you might guess his name.
Who else you got?
Chris Lowe, by the way, our friend with the byline on the story. His quarterback, and you have a first and second team option. The quarterback, would you like to guess who the quarterback selection for the way too early 2024 All-American team is? Good player on a really good team, which I'm sure surprises you.
Jacob Eason. Not Jacob Eason, but golly, he's not even playing. Well, he is playing college ball, I think, or maybe he's not. Not Jacob
I
Eason.
think he's been a pro for a few years.
Yeah, not Jacob Eason, the other quarterback at Georgia.
Carson Beck.
Carson Beck, yeah, him. Jacob Eason, yeah, Carson Beck.
You're close. It's not Carson Beck. It's actually Jake Fromm, believe it or not. No, it is.
You sure it's not David Green?
It is Carson Beck at Georgia. Second team is an interesting choice. Dylan Gabriel at Oregon. He's a fine choice. Very good player. He'll be on a really good team. The defensive side does have first team James Pierce Jr. Not a surprise. We can come back to him, but he's not the only Tennessee player that gets a mention here in the story. There are first and second team options.
Jackson Ross.
Actually, I didn't scroll down to punter, but
did they not see that bowl game, that punting battle? Jackson Ross was right there in the mix of things, man.
He didn't make it despite being an amphibious punter, being able to use both of his legs. Alabama's punter, James Burnip, is actually second team. No. If you go to the center position, Jason Swain, if you go to the All-American center, first team is actually a transfer coming into Alabama from Washington, Parker Brailsford. He was an all Pac-12 guy this past year. Second team is Cooper Mays.
Oh, okay.
At Tennessee.
All right. Let's go.
We talked last year, this past fall, the 2023 season, about the importance of Cooper Mays. You felt like he was the most important player on the team, right? We talked about his injury, his absence at the start of the year.
I did say that.
Well, him coming back is a big deal, right? Especially coming back
healthy
with a young quarterback who has all kinds of talent and potential and might take off this fall, but still has plenty to learn. I think we all agree there. Having somebody like Cooper to help with running the offense, that center position, in a literal sense, makes it go.
Yeah.
Cooper Mays, the second team choice in a way too early 2024 All-America team.
You sure that quarterback's not Mike Bobo? You sure?
Let's see. Carson Beck, Bobo, Green, and Fromm all got references to how good he can be.
Just want to make sure. No, I mean, Cooper should be getting this type of recognition. I mean, he's a guy that makes things go with his tempo, with this offensive line. Him not being available at the beginning of the season worried me. There was some concern there. As the season played out, especially the Florida game and some other games, we saw how valuable he was. And then when he came back against South Carolina, he was huffing and puffing but still fighting through it. And Tennessee's offense just looked a ton better. The running game was a ton better. Cooper Mays is a big reason why. And so this is his last go-around. And you always want to put your best foot forward when it's your senior year, when it's your last year. So if you want to play at the next level, you got to make sure you step with the right foot. And I think Cooper Mays, along with a lot of other guys, that this is your last year at Tennessee, man. That sense of urgency is going to be at an all-time high. And we're going to see Cooper Mays play some good football this year. Just got to stay healthy, that's all.
Yep, that's a big deal. Will be for Tennessee's offense because, again, this spring they'll be talking about what's the backup option if Cooper suffers an injury, and how confident would they be? That was a challenge this past year. Ollie Lane stepped up into that position, but that was new for him. That was a big challenge for him. So that'll be part of the offseason discussion. Having a healthy Cooper Mays can be a difference maker for Tennessee's offense. James Pierce Jr. is a difference maker in many different ways. So he gets the first team nod. Makes a lot of sense. He will be on all the NFL radars heading into this upcoming season for the 25 draft when he's eligible. We've said it before. Everybody knows it. Enjoy James while he is here because he won't be in 2025.
No, if he's here next year, that means something went wrong. So, no, we want this to be his last year. We want to be able to praise him and use him and highlight films and edits on Twitter and be able to market Tennessee having another first-round player. James Pierce is a first-round talent.
And Tennessee has plenty in its history. They just had a big 2022 with Jalen Hyatt, what he was able to do on a national stage, being a Biletnikoff Award winner, and Hendon Hooker, who was very much part of the conversation, Offensive Player of the Year in the SEC. But the opportunity to have an All-American is a huge deal. There are only so many spots for that. So if he's able to get there this year, that would be huge for him, huge for the University of Tennessee. Obviously, it would make a difference for Tennessee's defense on the field.
Yeah, his picture will go on the wall there in the football complex where you honor your All-Americans. His jersey will be on the wall, whatever NFL team picks him. So, again, when you have recruits come in to your campus, into your complex, you want to be able to point to the guys that you have helped get to the league. And it's one thing to inherit players like Darnell Wright, like Jalen Hyatt, but this is someone that you actually recruited. So for you to recruit him, develop him, and then put him in the league, that's a little bit different than what you were able to do with Darnell Wright and Jalen Hyatt.
Believe it or not, and if you think about it, it does make some sense. But since Eric Berry in 2008 and 2009, Eric Berry, he was very scary.
Eric Berry.
He's a two-time All-American.
Yeah.
People know how good he was. But since then, so he ended the 2000s for Tennessee as an All-American the last 2 years. Tennessee's had two position players earn All-America status. Derek Barnett and Jalen Hyatt. Cameron Sutton and Evan Berry were return specialists as All-Americans, which counts and is worth celebrating.
I was about to say, it counts.
So it counts. But position players out there every snap, they've had two since Eric Berry. Barnett and Jalen Hyatt. So
that sounds about right, Josh.
That puts perspective recently in where things have been and how big of a deal it would be if James Pierce makes that happen.
Is that a surprise, though? I mean, if you don't have good players, you're going to stink.
And if you don't win a bunch, you're not
going to get good players.
Get good players and get as much attention for it as well.
Yeah. And so some of those,
like I remember that was in 2016. Tennessee had a disappointing end to that year. They're still a good team. Program's in good shape. And then 2022, Tennessee won 10 games.
I remember when A.J. Johnson and Kurt Magid was here, and those were pro guys. But because they played on bad teams, it seemed like A.J. Johnson always got passed up on those SEC postseason list because he played at Tennessee. But he had big numbers, and he was all over the place. But when you play on good teams, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt.
So ESPN's way too early 2024 All-American team. James Pierce Jr., a first-team selection, and then Cooper Mays, second team.
Wow.
At center. Chip followed up, by the way, and said, I just love chocolate over apples. I thought Josh's answer was on point. So I'd like to retract something I said earlier in the segment, Swain. I do not have your back. I've got Chip's back on this one. I think it should have been considered more for the face-off ruling.
The ruling is in stone, so sorry. It's 2024. It's January. You shouldn't be eating chocolate anyways right now, Chip. You can't be eating chocolate in January, Chip. Everyone goes on a health binge. Make sure that you get ready for the summer. Chip, you can't be eating chocolate, man, right now. Got to take care of yourself. Got to eat more apples. You old, Chip. You old.
What if it's the dark chocolate?
It's a little bit healthier. It's a little bit healthier. But, Chip, you old, man. You need some apples.
John says apples with cheddar. Maybe have some apple slices, some slices of cheddar.
On a charcuterie board, yeah.
Yeah, that's solid. Mm-hmm. It's National Peanut Butter Day. It is the reason we were talking about what foods go with peanut butter.
I forgot about that.
Best choice, yeah. Peanut butter between vanilla wafers is the best thing to go with. All right, then.
Man. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one right there.
And then Mike and Alcoa, apple and chocolate are good, but obvious choices. 2 unsung choices, which wasn't the question, by the way. It was best. Tomato and peanut butter, and pickle and peanut butter. Great choices.
No, they're not. They're not great choices. They're weird choices.
Corey can't believe banana didn't get a mention, and banana deserves a mention.
Yeah, banana. I'm not a big banana guy because of the texture, but it's a favorite. It is a favorite. I'm surprised no one said it earlier. But I can't do bread, banana, and peanut butter. Like eating a bunch of mush.
Okay. The apple's got the crisp.
You gotta have some texture. You gotta have some texture, man.
We appreciate the interaction and for holding us accountable, and especially Chip for siding with me. We'll continue the conversation
Chip.
on Josh and Swain. 865-656-9900 if you would like to be a part of it. Peanut butter, rule changes, or Tennessee All-Americans. We'll cover it all right here for you as we continue on Josh and Swain.
99.1 The Sports Animal is always as close as your phone. Download our Sports Animal app, and we're there 24/7.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln. So they have the new Ted Russell Lincoln dealership location that has opened up right next door to the Kingston Pike Ted Russell Ford location. The new Lincoln vitrine has a wonderful setup. They've taken luxury to an even higher level to help you find the best of the best. They offer the best customer service. They're a black label dealer. They will help you find what you need when you shop at Ted Russell Lincoln. That can include the option to customize a vehicle to fit your needs. They can help you find exactly what you need, whether it's a truck, an SUV. If you're looking for a Ford Bronco, Ted Russell Ford can help you with that. They can help you with the pre-owned selection. They have many different options and great buying power to go out and get the vehicle that you are looking for. They have helped my family find what we were looking for several times, including a trade-in that we've done each of the last couple of years. Stop by and see us tomorrow at the Parkside Drive location. They're set up on Parkside Drive as well as on Kingston Pike at Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln.
This has been a paid announcement.
Transform your backyard into the perfect gathering spot with Native Design and Hardscapes. From design to construction, Native can bring your outdoor dream to life. Imagine relaxing on a composite deck with an outdoor kitchen or cozying up by a fireplace on a unique porch. Want to take it up a notch? How about a beautiful stone fire pit for those chilly East Tennessee evenings? Native can even design and install a stunning pool to make your backyard oasis complete. They also offer customized lighting and irrigation to keep your outdoor space looking great all year round. Schedule a consultation today at nativetn.com and start enjoying your Tennessee outdoor paradise.
To my newborn baby boy, the day you arrived was one of the happiest days of my life. Right up there with the day I bought my RV from that guy on the internet and insured it with Progressive. What a deal. Just know, son, I'll always be here for you. And by here, I mean in the middle of absolutely nowhere. In my RV.
Protect your baby with an RV policy from Progressive. Take as little as 4 minutes to see what you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
They say that good fences make good neighbors. And when it comes to your privacy, Loudoun County Fence is the fencing company East Tennesseans have trusted for over 50 years. Your fence should be durable and stylish. Visit their website at lcfence.com and view all of their great options, from wood privacy to ornamental aluminum fencing. Loudoun County Fence is a family-owned and operated company with over 50 years of experience installing quality fencing in and around Knoxville. They're fully licensed and insured, and their workmanship is guaranteed. For your free estimate, visit lcfence.com.
I remember when I was a little boy and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today, or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store, well, we'll even tuck you in.
Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Thanks for being with us on Josh and Swain. You can be a part of the show. Call or text in at 865-656-9900. We're live on YouTube today. Stop by the Sports Animal YouTube page. Help us with a ego boost. Like and subscribe when you do that. Just to make sure I didn't misspeak or wasn't clear enough, we had a question in the text box. I thought Reggie White was an All-American. Tennessee's had a bunch of All-Americans over its history. I mentioned the only position players since Eric Berry. Yeah. In 2008 and 2009, he was a two-time All-American. Was Derek Barnett in 2016 and Jalen Hyatt in 2022. They also had Cam Sutton and Evan Berry as return men.
No, you didn't misspeak.
But yes, Reggie and a bunch of Tennessee players have been All-Americans for sure.
No, you didn't misspeak. You didn't say Jacob Eason. I'm talking about Georgia quarterback. So, no, you were not the one who misspoke during that segment.
They do kind of run together now that you mention it, though. Eric Zier, shout out to him.
I mean, they've had a nice little run of quarterbacks.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, it's kind of depressing.
You kind of tired of it?
I'm over it. I'm over it. I am over it. Yep. Matthew Stafford doing his thing. I'm over it.
Yeah, we didn't mention Stafford.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
It's getting pretty old, but hey.
By the way, they had several players mention the way too early All-American team, but I'm sure you didn't need to know that.
Did not need to know that. I was going to guess that they would have a few guys listed.
So we've kind of bounced around. We just talked All-Americans. We've talked Tennessee recruiting, George McIntyre. We talked about the end zone touchback rule that has again come up in conversation. Jeremy Fowler said at the start of the week he thinks that there will be a change to it. You and I have,
gosh, man. That's so soft. So soft. It's soft. You know it. And I know it. It's soft.
I think it's softish.
Reward the team who fumbled.
Of course, some would also say, and this I would agree with, maybe instead of a sweep with return man Miko Hardman at the 1, just give it to Pacheco and have him run behind Trey Smith. You're less likely to fumble into the end zone. Maybe do that.
Sometimes you can get too cute, and that was an example of getting too cute.
But Doc texted in, and I don't think you and I will disagree on our response here. Doc said, treat the fumble through the end zone just like a safety. Penalize the offense, reward the defense, and even playing field with the kick. Sure, well, now that I'm reading, though, maybe that doesn't mean give them points. Surely they don't get points. Defense shouldn't score.
No.
They shouldn't get 2 points.
We're not
maybe it just means you kick away to them. But actually, I think that could even benefit the other team even more, right? At the least, you'll probably get a touchback. So
leave the rule alone.
Still not behind that.
If you fumble and the ball doesn't go out the end zone and you land on it, it's a touchdown. If the defense lands on it, it's a touchback. It goes to the 20-yard line. If it goes out of bounds, it's a touchback. Like, we don't need to change the rules. The rules have been the same for a long time. Not saying they're right because they've been the rules this long, but you've changed the rules so many times to benefit the offense. And defense has nothing. Give them this. They deserve this one.
I do think that's the best explanation I've heard for not changing the rule. Offense gets so much help. Defense should be rewarded in some way. I just think it's too big of a reward because they didn't actually come up with the football. But you make a good case.
Bills, I mean, just stop beating yourself. And stop looking for the rules to be changed to help you win. Stop fumbling. Stop throwing interceptions. Catch deep balls. If you're Diggs, you can't be.
He kind of escaped.
You can't be acting like you did last offseason. Oh, you can't be acting like you did last offseason because he was a distraction, a major distraction.
Yeah. All the Tyler Bass talk. What about Stephon Diggs? When Josh Allen delivers a bomb down the field,
it's a perfect throw.
Yeah, that's an all-time throw if it's completed and you go on to win the game.
Perfect throw.
L in the YouTube chat says Nico for Heisman 2020. It's got to mean 2025. Says 2026. Not sure he's here by then. Probably McIntyre or Merklinger if all goes as planned. But anyway, looking ahead. So maybe not an All-American this upcoming year. Maybe
25.
He's on the Heisman list, but 2025 Heisman campaign for Nico.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm all for it. Let's start it now.
And by the way, we had a question earlier. Bringing up, we were talking about George McIntyre with Austin Price and his impact and all that. That we're kind of avoiding the who's better, Nico or McIntyre. The expected path would be Nico starts the next 2 years, and then McIntyre, at the very least, will have the chance to take over in 2026.
What do you mean, who's better?
Right off, it's going to be Nico. McIntyre's not going to show up and be better than Nico. But long-term, who's better in 2028 versus 2025? That's tough to say.
Do we realize that Nico is like a once-in-a-decade talent at the quarterback position? I need people to understand that. You don't just throw a freshman out there in a bowl game like that and him play that well. Like he has some freshman moments, but still better than most freshman quarterbacks.
Oh yeah,
his ability to run, his feel for the pocket.
Yeah, his
although he
red
can
zone
improve
playmaking with his legs.
Yeah, like his feel can always improve, but like the feel that he has already right now is pretty. I mean, it's pretty remarkable. And then you look at his playmaking abilities with his legs, his accuracy throwing the football. It's going to be hard for any quarterback just to come up in here and just be physically better than Nico. He's special, man. He is special. But if he doesn't play well, then, hey, it opens it up for somebody else to play.
To make sure I word the question correctly, here's the question no one wants to ask. Who's going to be better, Nico or George?
Who's going to be better? I don't have that answer.
Yeah.
Because George may have a better supporting cast. I mean, it's possible that his supporting cast could be better than Nico's.
Yeah. George might be responsible for that, too, in terms of who could come in with him. But, I mean, what we're talking about is, George McIntyre 2027-ish.
Like, the supporting cast matters.
Nico 2025.
The supporting cast matters. It goes back to the conversation about the best SEC quarterback in the last 20 years between Cam Newton, Tim Tebow, and not SEC quarterbacks, but the best three quarterbacks: Lamar Jackson, Cam Newton, and Tim Tebow.
Mm-hmm.
The answer is Cam Newton. Tim Tebow had the best supporting cast. He was not a better quarterback than Cam Newton. He was not a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson, but he had the most success because he had a better roster. So George McIntyre has the opportunity to have a better roster around him than Nico, because after this year and all the super seniors graduate, there could be a drop-off in offensive line play, defensive line play, as we look at it right now. You could hit the portal hard. You could have some young guys step in. But as we look at it right now, it looks like that there's going to be a big drop-off with the supporting cast next year for Nico. George has the opportunity to not have that type of drop-off.
Daryl and Chan both say celery with peanut butter. How do you feel about that one?
Apples is a good choice for me.
More of a hummus guy.
Yeah.
With the celery.
Yeah, I'm not a big celery guy. Like, you like put it in something.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to sit there and eat celery. If I want to do that, I'd just get a carrot or apples.
Michael's glad to know that Jackson Ross is amphibious if they ever need him to play in water. And then another text says, start almond butter over peanut butter. The disrespect to peanut butter on National Peanut Butter Day.
I mean, almond butter is pretty good.
Peanut butter and honey sandwiches in the text box from King. A terrific alternative.
That was
peanut
a
butter
King
and honey,
response.
peanut butter and maple syrup. Both good choices if you're not going with the jelly.
Okay. A little runny, but okay. I like the honey. I like the jelly. Stays inside the bun.
Now keep your mayonnaise in the jar where it belongs.
Nah, I'm not going to disagree with you on that one.
We'll come back on Josh and Swain. Join us at 865-656-9900. Plenty of football topics to cover as the afternoon goes along. More hoops. Kentucky going down against South Carolina last night. We'll talk to Braden Gall at 2 o'clock. We're with you until 3 right here on Josh and Swain.
Your odds to win 99.1 These Sports Animals' biggest prizes just got better. We now draw one member of our email club, The Jungle, as an instant finalist in contests with a grand prize value over $500. Club members get links to our latest blogs and videos, plus a layout of sports animal programming and the biggest sporting events of the weekend. To make sure you receive our weekly sports animal emails, visit our website at 991thesportsanimal.com and sign up for The Jungle Email Club. The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on the Sports Animal.
The Tennessee Titans have hired Brian Callahan to be the team's next head coach. Callahan replaces Mike Vrabel, who was fired after back-to-back losing seasons. Callahan spent the last 5 years as the offensive coordinator in Cincinnati, helping the Bengals to a Super Bowl appearance 2 years ago. He was also an offensive assistant in Denver when the Broncos won the Super Bowl back in 2015. Former Tennessee baseball standout Todd Helton is now a Hall of Famer. The former Vol will be enshrined in Cooperstown for the class of 2024 after receiving 79% of the votes in his 6th year on the Hall of Fame ballot. He joins Adrian Beltre and Joe Mauer in this year's class. Helton finished his career batting .316 over 17 years, all with the Colorado Rockies. He had over 2,500 career hits and finished with 369 career homers. SEC Hoops tonight. Georgia gets LSU at 6:30. Alabama faces Auburn at 7:30. Mississippi State visits Florida at 8:30. Ole Miss takes on Arkansas at 9. I'm Joel Silverberg.
When you're looking for someone to do some work to your home, your heating, your cooling, your electrical situation there at your house, maybe even plumbing, you want someone that's been in business for a long time, that's professional, that's experienced, that's trustworthy. Well, you're going to get that with Hiller. They're family owned and operated. Care is the core value with Hiller. They believe that when they care about others, everyone wins. And they'll make sure to take care of you, the customer, on every job, every time. Hiller offers true transparency pricing. That means that Hiller will line item what every part of the job is up front. So that way you, the homeowner, can easily understand what you're paying for and why. For example, itemizing parts and labor separately. No hidden costs, no added costs, no hidden fees, no surprises when you get your bill. They don't just find things to fix. Hiller only suggests things and repairs that you actually need. 100% satisfaction of happy you'll be or service is free guarantee. That's what you get with Hiller. If the work isn't approved by you, if you're not pleased by that work, Hiller will make sure to make it right. Learn more online at happyhiller.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The National Baseball Federation, the oldest running amateur baseball organization in the country, has reached an agreement to make Christenberry Park the home baseball complex of the NABF. Christenberry Park will host sanctioned tournaments for all age groups from 6 and under to 18 and under and girls softball beginning in March 2024 on turf. For more details and to sign up your team, text the word BAT, that's B-A-T, to 865-656-9900. Text BAT to 656-9900.
Danny B here. Join us every Saturday morning on The Sports Animal. Visit us at dbwins.com and call our free pick hotline, 877-828-0120. That's 877-828-0120.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bragg with Bragg Weight Loss and Wellness. Our weight loss program uses cutting-edge modern-day science while utilizing over 40 years of research to determine a personalized blueprint for your weight loss. We are proud to be Strong Science certified. The Strong Science certification validates the guarantee that you will safely experience significant weight loss in 40 days and you'll sustain it. Let us guide you on a journey to a healthier you. Call 865-444-2189 or visit braggweightlossandwellness.com.
Hi, this is Chris Marion for Bragg Weight Loss and Wellness. You know, I was kind of like Charles Barkley. I was about a biscuit away from 290 pounds. They analyzed my health history, my medical conditions, my symptoms, and they generated a comprehensive, personalized plan, one that fits only me. And today, I'm glad to say after 3 months, I am now down 50 pounds. For more information, go to braggweightlossandwellness.com and start living your most healthy life.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Powell at 865-512-7542.
This report is sponsored by Tire Rack. Nearly 3,000 teen drivers die in car crashes each year. Tire Rack Street Survival is designed to save lives. The one-day hands-on driving school gives teens experience in car control through exercises that include emergency braking and skid recovery. Find a class near you at TireRack.com/survive.
Upper 50s, lower 60s with more cloud cover this afternoon, starting to bring in some scattered showers, but more widespread this evening and especially throughout the overnight hours. It's going to make for a messy morning commute with that WVLT First Alert Weather Day on Thursday. Rain continues on and off, creating for a messy evening commute as well. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Paige Noel.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Life's troubles aren't always fun, but there's a law group in town who will help you get them done. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
I've heard it said that streaming the sports animal has replaced the old wanna Netflix and chill. Well, it was me that said that, but I've heard it said. I do spend most evenings alone now that I think about it. The hottest sports stories of the day broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. With you until 3 o'clock, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain is here. I'm Josh Ward, 865-656-9900. Jeff in Knoxville with another rule he wants to address in football. You ready for this one?
Yep.
One rule they need to look at is spiking the ball to stop the clock. It's the definition of intentional grounding. No wide receiver in the area. Ball is not thrown past the line of scrimmage. The quarterback is not out of the pocket. If you want to spike the ball to stop the clock, fine, but you get a 5-yard penalty. What do you think?
It's running back right behind the quarterback. I mean, I get it. I mean, it's not like he's actually looking at the running back, But we've seen Patrick
Mahomes
Mahomes
turn around and throw it at the
Well,
right
we've
back
seen
and
Patrick
then
Mahomes
go
throw
fumble.
no-look passes. So, I mean, you can't throw the ball away if there's no one in the area. But when you spike the ball, there's a running back behind you. So, technically, you should be in the clear because there's someone behind you. There's a receiver in the area. Is it not?
Well, I don't think that's considered in the allowance.
He's right behind him, like two steps behind him.
Yeah. Yeah, not far behind. You're right.
Well, like 5 steps. But still, he's in the area.
Right. My understanding is that it's just allowed and recognized as long as it's immediate and the intention is clear. So it's not intentional grounding because the intention is clear just to stop the clock. What does get a little bit tricky is the allowance to fake a spike, but still then go make a play. So the defense has to be ready in case the spike doesn't happen. Marino did it, right, famously. Stafford did the he faked like he was going to spike at the goal line and then reached across and scored.
Great move, Grant.
Yeah.
And one move, if you ask me.
Yep. What I think needs, if we want to just throw out rule changes that need to happen, it actually caused an issue with Kenny Pickett in a college game, and then it happened again against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that is Josh Allen a few weeks ago when he did the fake slide. That, to me, is absurd.
No, you can't do the fake slide.
As much as they protect the quarterback, because in that same game, he also did a late slide where the defender is going to tackle him. Allen slides. The defender does his best to roll over. I don't think there was head contact. There might have been slight. There was no damage for sure. And the defender was penalized. So he both won on a slide, drawing a 15-yard penalty, and doing a fake slide where the defender pulled up and then Allen kept going.
You can't do that.
That cannot be allowed. They need to address that this offseason.
Yeah, address that. Leave the touchback stuff alone, but address the fake slide. That's not right. I mean, that confuses a defensive player, whether it should hit you or not. And if you're going to act like you're going to give yourself up but not give yourself up, you deserve to get crushed.
Yeah, at that point, I would be tempted as a defender if a quarterback pulled that fake slide to, okay, well, if I'm going to risk a penalty, I'm going to risk it all the way.
Yeah.
And you're going to pay the price for it.
Yeah. I mean,
nobody wants to see. Nobody wants to see. But if a quarterback's going to pull that against a defender, you do that against the wrong defender, they will react in a certain way.
I mean, for a defensive player, anything's better than giving up a touchdown. I mean, you still have a chance to get a stop or hold them to a field goal. Only 3 points. 3 points is better than 6. So go ahead, defender. You know that Josh Allen has put this on film, that he will do it. You got to crush him.
Yep. So, all right, we've come to an agreement. No fake slides. Keep the spike the ball. We're misaligned on the fumble into the end zone.
I don't know why you still willing to die on this hill.
Well, I think I'm on the popular side. I don't know that Tim is. Tim in the
I don't know
YouTube
if you're on the popular side.
Tim in the YouTube chat says the tuna and jelly sandwich is yummy.
Tim, no. You know what? No, I'm not.
Tuna and jelly.
No, I'm not willing to try it. I was about to say I'm willing to try it. I'm not willing to try it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like tuna. I like jelly. I don't think I'd like tuna and jelly.
I'm not a college student anymore. I have a real job. I am not eating tuna and jelly. That is a college meal. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, in college one time, I was making a bowl of ramen. Just forgot to pour the water in. I put the noodles in, put it in the microwave. Microwave exploded, caught fire. And I thought to myself, what's my choice here if a little bit of water missing is causing this thing to explode after 20 seconds?
Did Fire Marshal Bill show up? Let me tell you something. Oh, man.
Peanut butter on hot dogs.
You know, that's why, sports, they have boundaries.
Right.
there's an out of bounds. You can't step over the line and still be in play in the score.
Mm-hmm. We just stepped out?
People are stepping out of bounds. Way out of bounds. Now, hey, I will say this. There's a thought that peanut butter didn't belong in beer, but we learned this football season, it does belong in beer. Peanut butter and jelly belongs in beer.
That Zool mix.
Exactly.
That's right.
Well, we learned that you can do anything with peanut butter if you can put it in beer.
So there's another option. It's National Peanut Butter Day. We were talking about the best foods to go with the peanut butter. How about the hops?
All day long.
That's a good point.
All day long.
Yeah, they created demand. People were lined up.
That's good, man.
There at Zool.
It's good. It's phenomenal. Now I want some peanut butter. Thanks a lot, Josh. What's for dinner, honey? Oh, peanut butter. Josh Ward's fault.
Grab a jar. Tuna and jelly?
No.
To the side. Out of bounds. We'll come back. Question on Tennessee's basketball team. The Vols off until Saturday getting ready for Vanderbilt. We'll have that when we come back. We'll talk to Braden Gall at 2 o'clock. We're with you until 3 as we continue on Josh and Swain.
There are so many reasons to experience Peak IV hydration for yourself. Peak IV hydration delivers the fluids and essential nutrients that you need directly to the bloodstream. For athletes, Peak IV hydration has sport-specific IV treatments designed to optimize your body's potential. For immune defense, they offer antioxidants as well as vitamin C and zinc, and nothing beats a hangover like Peak IV hydration. It's Peak IV hydration, 906 Sevier Avenue in Knoxville, or online, peakivhydration.com.
Since 1956, Standard Kitchen and Bath has been serving the East Tennessee area with professional kitchen and bath sales and design. Family owned and operated, Larry Finley and his son Scott offer custom and affordable cabinetry lines from quality brands like Soul Design Cabinetry. From remodeling to new construction, the professionals at Standard Kitchen and Bath can help you design any space. Call 694-0068, standardkitchen.com, or stop by the showroom, Kingston Pike, next to Grayson Hyundai. They're not just selling cabinets, but designs and ideas that will transform your kitchen or bath into something you'll love.
Hit it out of the park this spring with Knox County Parks and Recreation's Adult Softball League. Registration for the spring program is now open. This league runs March to June with a 10-game regular season with a double elimination tournament. New in 2024 is the men's senior 50s division. There's also senior 60s, 70s, men's, and co-ed divisions. Entry fee includes a t-shirt, tumbler, and a dozen softballs. The winning teams receive champion t-shirts, hats, and a team trophy. Register and sign up today at knoxcountyparks.activityreg.com.
Keith Powell Heating and Cooling is giving you a free furnace with a purchase of a Lennox Complete HVAC system. Special financing deals and rebates up to $1,500 until February 8th, 2024. Details at keithpowellhvac.com or call at 865-483-9223.
Join 99.1 The Sports Animal this Sunday morning at 10 a.m. for the NFL Report. John Wilkerson and a rotating group of the Sports Animal staff discuss the games, players, trades, and injuries that make the NFL the most popular pro sport in the country. For over 20 years, the NFL Report is the place to start your pro football Sunday. This week, join the NFL Report live at Lakeside Tavern, 10911 Concord Park Drive in Knoxville.
Love has no season. It can really happen anytime. So anytime you want to celebrate your love, you need to do it with beautiful jewelry from TK Wheeler Jewelers. Hey, this is Heather, and TK Wheeler, he has been in business for over 40 years in Oak Ridge. He has helped so many people celebrate so many milestones in their lives, including my milestones. My engagement ring and baby rings are custom TK Wheeler designs. My gold charm necklace with my 3 guys' initials on it, it's from TK. And my first pair of real diamond stud earrings, you guessed it, they also came from TK Wheeler Jewelers. He is the jeweler we trust because he's got an incredible selection of jewelry to choose from every single day of the week. Also, it's because he's a brilliant designer and artisan and can create one-of-a-kind pieces of jewelry from his imagination. So when you want to celebrate life's big moments in a big way, there's only one place to do it, and that's at my jewelry store, TK Wheeler Jewelers.
At Progressive, we're making things even easier. We'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you could save on both. Learn more at progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
The American Red Cross is facing an emergency blood shortage as the nation's blood supply has dropped to critically low levels. Blood and platelet donations are needed now for people counting on life-saving care after accidents, surgeries, and those facing critical treatments for cancer and sickle cell disease. You can take action today. Make an appointment to give blood. To book a time, use the Red Cross Blood Donor app. Visit redcrossblood.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS to schedule your appointment.
When special guests call in to 99.1 The Sports Animal, you hear them on the Stanley Fencing and Gates hotline, stanleyfence.com.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Final segment of hour number 2. Hour number 3 will begin with Braden Gall, 440 Sports, talking college football. We'll talk more football over the next hour and invite you to be a part of that. 865-656-9900. Swain, Jerry in Collierville text in. Always appreciate Jerry asking, do you agree that Jemai Mashack could be starting for a lot of teams? What are the chances he can crack the starting lineup next year?
No, I mean, he'll be a senior next year. Yeah, I think he should be a starter. I think the only reason he's not a starter this year is the fact that you had super seniors on the squad, Don Connect and Santiago Vescovi.
Yeah, if Josiah had not come back, Jemai would have been, I think, an obvious choice to take his place. The same can be said for Santi. So next year, yes, without knowing exactly what the roster is, I would think so. And to the question, could he be starting for a lot of teams? Without a doubt.
Yeah. Well, Triple J plays a 4, right? Now, we have seen Mashack be able to guard all 4 positions. But when I think about Mashack,
if he hadn't come back, would they go
Awaka,
Adu? You think they do that? I don't know how comfortable they'd be doing that on a regular basis. It might be matchup dependent. What they would do with the starting lineup. But
Mashack, yes, I mean, would start most teams in the SEC for sure.
Yep. One of the comments from Rick Barnes the other day was how often other coaches bring up Mashack's game, how much they love what they see from him. They're watching film of Tennessee. They're preparing for Tennessee. And we've even discussed he's, in a lot of games, playing starters minutes. He may be coming off the bench, but he plays a role. I look at their lineup almost like it's a starting 6 in terms of the roles players play over 40 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, he's a coach's dream because he understands his role. He's comfortable in his role. He's unselfish. Sometimes you get guys that they play really good defense, but man, they take bad shots. Shot selection is an issue. Mashack doesn't do that. I mean, he takes wide open shots, and you have to. You can't turn down open shots because you may get a worse shot or you may turn the basketball over. You got to shoot good shots when you're open, and so that's why I think so many coaches wish they had a Mashack. And he's a great leader too, man. Great leader, great representative of your program, of university. He is a coach's dream for sure.
Yep. Played 28 minutes against Alabama the other day. 8 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 3 or 4 shots. Hit his only 3-point attempt. Just does a bunch of different things, and the energy leads to filling out a number of stats, but you don't see the energy. The energy is always there. He knows exactly what his role is. He knows what Tennessee needs from him, and he goes out there and provides it. So, Jemai Mashack is valuable.
He's consistent, man. He's consistent. His game travels, too.
Mm-hmm.
His game travels. Defense travels. Intensity travels. The small things that he does, it travels. You got to have a Jemai Mashack on your basketball team. John Fulkerson was that guy for Tennessee when Tennessee made that run 2018, 2019. A guy that comes in, does a bunch of things that don't show up on the stat sheet. Jemai does the same thing, but a lot of his stuff shows up in the stat sheet too. Because you look at the opposing guard that's averaging 20 points per game, using that number as an example, he's not averaging 20 points against Mashack. Mashack is taking that guy out of the game. So,
yeah, some of Kentucky's young talent better be ready when he goes up against Mashack in the way that he defends.
Yep. The only thing that's going to help you against Meshack is a whistle. If they hand checking and they have a quick whistle, not allowing some of the physical play, then that's your only bet against Meshack.
You know, I'm a sucker for the Message Board Genius Twitter account.
I'm sorry, all I heard was that you was a sucker.
Just pull the tape, cut it out. It's good to go to save. A friend texted me this morning the Rups Rafters message board last night.
Ooh, they fire
an all-timer. So I need to go back. I need to set aside 10 minutes and just go see if I can find some of the best posts.
Who did they put in transfer portal?
Probably Big Z.
Big Z?
Yesterday, Ron Slay said he was going ahead and trolling the Kentucky fans. Some of them didn't pick up on it.
Woo! Man, South Carolina look good. What a turnaround.
That is a good team. To be clear, South Carolina's a quality team, better than people thought. You go there, you better be ready to play. But Kentucky was not, and they got run out of there.
They look good, man. I don't know if South Carolina can duplicate that performance. I don't know if they can. But, boy, it was probably the best performance in the SEC so far this year from any team.
Let's see. Cats Illustrated. Well, that one I can't even read, but it's not nice toward John Calipari. Yeah, I can't read any of these, I don't think. But here's one. I didn't think even Cal could mess this team up. Might have underestimated it.
It's one game.
It's one game on the road in the middle of conference play.
Man. It's one game.
Yep.
But, yeah, Lamont Paris is on his way to winning Coach of the Year, which if Tennessee or Auburn or Kentucky wins the league, I usually think those coaches get the nod. But looking where South Carolina was last year and where they are right now, if they continue, then you might have to go ahead and give Lamont Paris the Coach of the Year because he's had the biggest turnaround so far this season.
We'll continue the show. We'll begin hour number 3 of Josh and Swain with Braden Gall talking college football next.
Hey, this is Chef David Roy.
Don't mind me
Looking
if
for
I
a
interrupt
barbecue
your radio
experience like no
program.
other? Head on down to Trotter's Barbecue in the heart of historic downtown Sevierville. At Trotter's, we're all about the whole hog. We're talking about slow smoke perfection that's packed with flavor. It's authentic Smoky Mountain barbecue made with locally raised hogs. Open 7 days a week from 11 to 8 in historic downtown Sevierville. Check us out at trottersbbq.com to see our mouthwatering menu. Catering at to-go packs available. Trotter's Whole Hog Barbecue. A taste of the Smoky Mountains in every bite.
Hey guys, don't mind me as I interrupt your radio program. It's Sue Cosner, your favorite health expert, on men's performance in the bedroom. Do me a favor and don't touch that dial. That's a mistake. If you've been listening to this radio station, you've probably heard a compelling radio ad for Noxitril, the potent all-natural male enhancement pill. Men constantly reach out and ask me, does this Noxitril really work? Or is it just another scam product? I can tell you there's nothing better than Noxitril. I recommend this super pill to men everywhere. It will transform your life in the bedroom once and for all. Strong, powerful results that increase your blood flow fast. No prescription, no side effects. Just imagine Viagra on steroids. So call Noxitril now and take advantage of an incredible free bottle offer, shipped discreetly to your door.
Find out how to get a free bottle of Noxitril while supplies last. Call 800-993-2150. 800-993-2150. Free bottles for limited time. So call now. 800-993-2150. 800-993-2150.
Join John and Vince this Friday morning at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge Nissan and save thousands. This Friday morning from 6 till 9 at Oak Ridge Nissan with John and Vince in 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Wow, these bank fees are flat out ridiculous. And forget about trying to get a car or home loan. So, who do you do your banking with, Sharon?
Me? I don't.
You use a bank?
No.
So what do you, like, save your money under a mattress? Bury it in the backyard? Or maybe you borrow from some rich relative when you need a loan?
No, nothing like that. I do credit unioning.
Wait, what? Credit unioning? What the heck's that?
It's kind of like banking, but so much better. Especially if you use Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union.
Need a home loan to buy, build, or remodel the home of your dreams, but not sure what loan option is right for you? Alcoa 10 can help. Their lending team can assist you in finding the solution that best fits your needs. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, the clear choice. Your less red tape banking alternative. Go to atfcu.com for details. Member NCUA, an equal housing lender.
I remember when I was a little boy and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store, well, we'll even tuck you in.
Johnson, I've been hearing about this internet thing. Anything to it?
Yeah, boss. We had Cumulus Digital design and run our website.
Will an internet help our sales?
Already has. Plus, Cumulus Digital helps us rank high on search engines.
Whoa, one thing at a time, Johnson.
CumulusDigital.com.
This is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville, streaming worldwide on the Sports Animal app and website, 99.1thesportsanimal.com. 99.1 The Sports Animal, the station where the Vols play.
This is Jim Rome with the CBS Sports Minute. The Milwaukee Bucks fired their first-year head coach, Adrian Griffin. But I see Milwaukee working. They're in it to win it all right now. And clearly, they don't think they can with this guy's their head coach, so he's gone. What doesn't make so much sense is his reported successor, Doc Rivers. You're close. Doc has a ring. But that was 16 years ago. I'm Jim Rome.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. The ugly truth is when you buy a timeshare, you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is, this never ends. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
Start your fitness journey with no long-term contracts in month-to-month memberships at Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Whether you're facing divorce, injury, or any legal strife has come your way, there's one call to make to Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Hour number 3 of Josh and Swain is here. Thank you for being with us. 1 hour to go. Tyler and Will coming up at 3 o'clock on 99.1 The Sports Animal. We also continue for the next hour in the Tri-Cities every day on AM 640, The Sports Monster. And we begin this hour welcoming to the show Braden Gall of 440 Sports, who has been quite busy, I'd say, there in the Nashville mid-state area with Titans coaching hire, everything going on with the college football offseason, and more. Braden, how are you?
Doing well, boys. How are we today? Anything happening in your neck of the woods? Anything?
Just winning. Just a lot of winning on the recruiting trail. Yeah.
Yeah, as you would probably guess, and you've probably run across at least, Braden, a lot of celebrating with good news like player acquisition, and Tennessee basketball is doing quite well, and the Nico Mania will go through the offseason, but also enjoying challenges that Alabama is facing that it hasn't in quite a while. Kentucky basketball suffering a tough loss against South Carolina. So both enjoying the success that's happened in Knoxville, but also pointing and laughing at others, which is part of the beauty of college sports.
Oh, never lose the pettiness, ever. The pettiness is what drives us all. It's what makes us sports fans. And actually, We say that jokingly, but there's actual scientific studies on like brain activity that like your brain is more active when you are watching the thing you hate lose versus when you're watching the thing you love win. Like we are bizarre, strange creatures, and it's even worse, of course, in the South where we care way too much about this stuff. But no, there's very few things in like my personal life, like watching the Green Bay Packers beat the Dallas Cowboys as a kid who grew up in Texas as a Packers fan. That's about as good as it gets for me. But watching orange beat blue in basketball, that's also pretty close to the top of the list as well. And it's because those fan bases like earn that hate. Does that make sense? Like Kentucky basketball fans are such good basketball fans that it's like so easy to hate them for that. Dallas Cowboys fans are so passionate, it's so easy to hate them for that. Like it's sometimes you earn that. And Alabama fans, like you have the two greatest dynasties in the history of college football for a reason. And it's because it's a great program, and it makes it so easy to hate if you're a rival fan. That's for sure.
Braden, we want to dive into all the college football offseason stuff that's happening, how things are different in that. A quick basketball thought, though, Dalton Connect. I know you've seen what Dalton is doing, and there is a long way to go in the season, but Dalton himself, the impact on Tennessee, what do you make of it, seeing just 36, 39 points, a drop-off to 25 this past week, the impact that he's been able to make?
Yeah, what a loser. No, I think, like, my first thought is Kevin Durant and TJ Ford, right? Are those the best two players that ever played for Rick Barnes? I don't, like, is Grant Williams the best Tennessee Volunteer to ever play for Rick Barnes? We can have lots of debates about this stuff. I mean, Kevin Durant is probably the answer. But ultimately, like, you need a player sort of like that if he's going to probably ever break his own career mold and win a championship. And maybe Dalton is that guy. I don't know. I think that's the ultimate question, and only time will tell, and March will roll around, and we'll have a discussion about, and we'll find out all together whether or not that's true or not, because I think Rick Barnes is considered, I don't know, can you be like the Dan Marino of coaching basketball coaches? Like he's so well respected, clearly a brilliant mind, a guy that people like personally, a winner every stop of the way, but just doesn't have the thing that matters the most. And sometimes we evaluate that too much. I was having a very strange conversation with my wife about Dan Marino the other day and where he ranks in the quarterback pantheon, because it's like, one of the best releases of all time. Like, he was just ahead of his time in the NFL, but like is never going to be viewed the way maybe he should be viewed because he didn't actually win the Super Bowl. So is that right or wrong? We can debate that, but he's the kind of player that could change that narrative. And that's a legacy defining moment, for a guy like Rick Barnes, for sure.
On the football side, Braden, we're joined by Braden Goff, 440 Sports. A lot of people are enjoying Alabama having to kind of start all over and recruit and deal with some of the problems that other programs have to deal with. But Michigan seems like they're going to be losing their head coach, Harbaugh, to the NFL. What can you expect as far as players hitting the portal, some of the changes, some of the fallout from Harbaugh leaving Michigan to go to the league?
I assume there's another round of coaching dominoes, right? Just the way when Saban left, it affected like 5 other coaching jobs, right? Like all of a sudden, Washington had to hire a coach from Arizona. Arizona had to hire a coach from San Jose State, and San Jose State had to hire a coach. And so the dominoes will be there. It will thankfully be the last round of this in college football. I'm assuming when Harbaugh takes either the Chargers job or something else. I think Michigan was in for a larger rebuild no matter what, just in general. I think the tales of Alabama's demise are probably a little bit premature. You're bringing in one of the best coaching staffs in the country, one of the best offensive minds in the country, who's won in year one everywhere he's ever been. He's got a star quarterback, one of the top 3 or 4 rosters in America. Their schedule's more difficult, but like expectations at Alabama, I mean, they're going to be a preseason top 5, 6, 7 team in America. Michigan might actually be behind them in the rankings, depending because of what all they're losing. They're losing more. They're losing the offensive line. They're losing the quarterback. They're losing the elite veteran leadership that came back this year to win the national championship. And so I think Michigan's in for a further rebuild. On the same side of things, Ohio State is taking a major step forward. Georgia is the Ohio State in this analogy in the SEC. They're already great. They're preseason number 1. But Ohio State is going to be clearly preseason number 2. And it's because they've had such a huge week the last couple of weeks, keeping players home, going and getting guys in the portal. So I still think Alabama's in a much better spot than Michigan is. just from an overall talent perspective and who they're going to hire. I mean, if Harbaugh leaves today, Sharon Moore, the current offensive coordinator, I think is a really good coach, but he's probably the guy that gets the job. And so then there aren't any dominoes, but then is he good enough to win at that level? I think Harbaugh is a pretty special guy. Weird, but I think very, very special, and I think very few guys could do what he did at Michigan. And so I think more guys could win at Alabama. Not like Saban, but I think more guys can win at Alabama than it's easier to win there, if that makes sense, than it is to win at Michigan, in my opinion.
What's the better job, Michigan or LSU?
LSU. That's not, to me, LSU is in the argument for best job in America. You could put a number of teams in that conversation: Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Ohio State. Michigan's not the best job in its own conference. So I would, you could argue it's more of like LSU's more in that 3, 4, 5 range, and I'd have Michigan more in like the 10, 11, 12 range, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Yep, I would agree with that too. Braden Gall is with us, 440 Sports. You're also aware there's a big picture conversation that is happening partly because of the recent domino run from Alabama, then to Washington, then to Arizona, down to some Group of 5 schools as well that are affected by head coaching changes and new windows opening for players to transfer. Have you heard any real positive solutions to what has been this kind of challenge? Do you have any of your own that have come to mind here in the last couple of weeks since this has been a big topic?
Oh, so many of my own ideas. I have a conversation coming up on the website. Thank you for the opportunity to plug this. YouTube 440 Sports, myself, Paul Feinbaum, we sat down for about 30 minutes, and I asked him basically those questions. We went back and forth on what are we going to do? Like, what is college football going to do with the month of December? What are we going to do with having free agency and our draft and our playoff all at the same time? Does it level the playing field and make more teams capable of winning championships? We had all those kind of questions and conversations. That's coming up tomorrow on the 440 Sports YouTube page, myself and Paul Feinbaum, so make sure you check that out. I think you've got to figure out sort of a structure to the player movement stuff a little bit more, and that could mean a number of things. Ultimately, I think it's going to end, and I think we've talked about this, we're going to have revenue sharing and collective bargaining. Make them employees, guys. Make them employees. They're already employees really anyway. If you make them employees, yes, I know there's all kinds of legal stuff in HR and workman's comp and et cetera, but you know what? I don't have to deal with that. That's for somebody else that makes a bunch of money to deal with, some lawyer somewhere that gets paid like hundreds of dollars per hour to make sure all that stuff is worked out. Make them employees, and then all this is fixed. Your bowl opt-outs are fixed. Your transfer portal you can organize it and structure it when you want it to be put in place. You can change signing day and have it put in place. Everything can be structured the way the NFL does it, and maybe you don't like that idea, but I don't think it's good for the game to have everything as chaotic as it is. And I think it's better for coaches, players, fans, media, everybody to have it more structured and organized. And the only real answer to all of this is make them employees. Collectively bargain the $4 or $5 billion television contract that's coming from the networks to buy the playoff that's expanded now, and give them a bigger piece of that pie, then give them a seat at the table to negotiate this stuff, and then say, look, to earn this money, you got to play in a bowl game.
Yep.
To earn this money, you can't transfer. Because you know what happens in America? You sign an employment contract, and then you have to follow the rules, or you get fired. And that's how capitalism works. So,
yep. If you don't like it, you can go to the UFL.
Or play intramurals. You got multiple options.
Oh, play intramurals, brother. Go play intramurals. Go play intramurals, brother. Heck yeah, man. 100%. Go for it. Hey, who do you think is going to be the biggest mover in the SEC this year? A team that started from the bottom and now they're here. Drake style. Who's going to be a big mover in your opinion?
I don't like his new stuff, man. So let me. I'm going to pander, and then I'm going to give you like a better answer.
Go for it.
Because I don't think Tennessee was at the bottom, but if you look at our preseason rankings, which we are going to have posted, of course, up on the YouTube page this week, 440 Sports, Tennessee is going to be in the playoff in our rankings. And so now that is because of the belief in the quarterback. It's also because everyone else around them in that place, let's say 9 through 15 in the rankings, preseason, it's all quarterback dependent. Jackson Arnold at Oklahoma is going to be potentially a star. Garrett Nussmeier at LSU, how good is he going to be? Drew Aller at Penn State, good year last year. Can he be great? Cade Klubnik at Clemson, we don't know. DJU at Florida State, we think he's going to be pretty good. I like his game there with Norvell, but what's going on? Cam Rising's coming back at Utah, healthy. These are all the teams that are going to be in that mix. And I like Tennessee out of that group to sort of rise. And if they can get to that 10 or 11 range, that's a playoff spot, guys. The top 12 is a playoff team now in our rankings in the preseason. So I think that's a team that I would say middle of the pack to playoff status, because I think Ole Miss, Texas, Missouri, Georgia, Alabama, like they're already kind of in the playoff mix, if that makes sense, right? So I think Tennessee goes from 4 losses to in a playoff conversation. Outside of that, there's a big gap, I think, after LSU and Oklahoma and Tennessee to the rest of the league. So at that point, you're talking Florida, Kentucky, Auburn, Texas A&M. So A&M is probably the one I would say goes from laughing stock, joke, firing coach, $70 million buyout to being like a really professionally well-run football program. So I think A&M is the team that I would say could jump up and be into that group, go from preseason not being ranked to challenging for a playoff spot, probably A&M, but I'm not putting my hand back on that burner just yet. The one I really don't like that I like is Florida. That's the one that I don't like that I like that. But I got a long time to make up my mind before we put the magazine out in May. So.
Well, you provided some good pre-teases, Braden. What can people check out from 440 Sports now or coming up?
All kinds of stuff. SEC football. If you like SEC football, or if you live in the state and you're a Titans fan, of course, we have all. That's all we've got. It's 440 Sports YouTube page is all SEC football all the time with some Titans mixed in, and of course a new coach who's going to be announced around this time tomorrow. So a lot of stuff going on the website and the page. We've got everything else as well. We've got Predators programming. We've got Nashville SC programming. We've got all kinds of stuff if you want to care about what's going on in the state. We've got Memphis Grizzlies stuff. So come on over and hang out with us, 440 Sports. But the YouTube page itself is dedicated to SEC football and to football in general. So give us a subscription. We'd really appreciate it. And jump into the comments and come hang out. We do appreciate it.
Like, subscribe. We ask for it. Ask you to do the same for 440 Sports. Braden, it's always great to talk to you. Thanks for the time today, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah, why not just talk about this stuff when you can look at us while we're talking about it, you know?
There it is, man.
Well, people have their responses to that question as well, but we will march on nevertheless.
Talk to you later, boys.
Thanks, Braden. Braden Gall joining us here on Josh and Swain. All guests join on the Stanley Fencing and Gates hotline. So how about that? A little playoff talk with Tennessee for 2024. And opinions are subject to change in late January, but fans will like that.
You know, I just gotta say here, I mean, Braden Gall, I just like his takes a little bit better than Greg McElroy's right now.
Is Braden, is he rising in our analyst rankings of Josh and Swain?
Yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah, we were asked about Greg McElroy. His percentage chance of Tennessee getting in the playoff may be lower than Braden, so we were asked about that earlier.
Yeah, 15%.
Still pretty good.
Yeah.
To the college football playoff.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, in January.
Yeah, it's easier to get into the playoff moving forward than it has been in the past. That doesn't make it easy.
Yeah, it's still going to be very, very difficult, for sure. Tennessee still has one of the best, or worse, however you look at it, but toughest schedules of all of college football. You got to play Alabama, you got to play Georgia, you got to play Oklahoma, you got to play Florida. It's going to be a tough schedule.
We were asked about him bashing. I didn't see any bashing, but
no, I didn't hear any bashing from Greg McElroy. He just, he got Tennessee 8-4, 9-3 area, and I don't have a problem with that area right now.
We'll continue the conversation. What do you think? 865-656-9900 to join us. Another 45 minutes to go as we continue today's show on both 99.1 The Sports Animal and AM 640 The Sports Monster.
Fontainebleau Las Vegas is the newest luxury resort and casino on the Las Vegas Strip, and we want to send you there for the big game weekend. One winner will score a trip for two to Las Vegas, including airfare, a 2-night stay at Fontainebleau Las Vegas, $150 credit to spend at one of its 36 restaurants and bars, and 2 tickets to the Fontainebleau Las Vegas big game viewing party at Blue Live Theater. Just listen weekdays for the national text keyword for your chance to win.
Contest rules at 991thesportsanimal.com.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center. If you go to the website, fshfc.com, they have everything you need to know in terms of the schedule of activities. They have more than 85 group fitness classes that take place every single week. They keep the schedule updated for you there on the website and with the app. Reason I bring that up, we've dealt with weather. There were different hours, closures. It was easy to keep up. They made sure that members knew when they had access to what at Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center. They take care of members at Fort Sanders. That includes the facility always being kept up and taken care of. That includes equipment, plus all the access you have. They have an indoor swimming pool that you have access to 12 months out of the year. So even as we go through the winter months here, you have access to a pool, indoor and outdoor tennis, indoor racquetball courts, an indoor basketball court, plus all the equipment and space you need for a typical workout. Plus, no long-term contracts. Everything is month to month and access to complimentary childcare with a family membership. Stop by, tell them the Sports Animal sent you to Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center.
This has been a paid announcement.
Wedby Insurance is Knoxville's premier auto owners insurance agency. Since 1972, the staff at Wedby has made it a point to provide personalized, prompt, and professional service. Whether you need personal or commercial coverage, Wedby Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance can provide you with a coverage that fits your needs and your budget. For your home, your life, your car, or your business, Wedby Insurance will be there for your family. Contact them at wedbyinsurance.com. That's WHEDBEE insurance.com.
There's so many reasons to experience Peak IV hydration for yourself. Peak IV hydration delivers the fluids and essential nutrients that you need directly to the bloodstream. For athletes, Peak IV hydration has sport-specific IV treatments designed to optimize your body's potential. For immune defense, they offer antioxidants as well as vitamin C and zinc, and nothing beats a hangover like Peak IV hydration. It's Peak IV hydration, 906 Sevier Avenue in Knoxville, or online, peakivhydration.com.
Hey, this is Ainge with 42nd Street. I'm with the owner, Mike Carlton. Mike, there's business owners out there that want to grow their business. How do they do that?
Growth is what we do at 42nd Street. It's our job to get you out there. We pride ourselves in getting your brand seen. So don't just spend money to spend money. Let 42nd Street focus your investment in the right places.
What do I do?
So the thing is, like if you go to our website at 42st.com, there's a discovery button right at the top. Simple, easy, click it, and we'll be in touch with you. That's 42st.com.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Come join our growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today.
The American Red Cross is facing an emergency blood shortage. More donors are urgently needed now to ensure blood is ready at a moment's notice. Make an appointment today to give. Use the Blood Donor app, visit redcrossblood.org, or call 1-800-RED-CROSS to schedule your donation.
99.1 The Sports Animal goes live this Thursday with Josh and Swain, noon to 3, live at Ted Russell Ford. Stop by and meet the guys at the Parkside Drive location. Ted Russell Ford is something that will fit any lifestyle and budget. Stop by Thursday, Ted Russell Ford, the Parkside Drive location with The Sports Animal.
If you want a great-looking fence or secure entry gate that will stand the test of time, you need to call Stanley Fencing and Gate. Proudly serving East Tennessee since 2000, Stanley Fencing can customize your fence. Just tell Stanley Fencing your idea, they bring it to life. Offering chain link, vinyl, aluminum, wood fences. They even specialize in secure entry gates to protect your business. For customized fencing and gates backed by a warranty, choose the Stanley Fence family. Call 865-254-3844 or online at stanleyfence.com.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
One dime down.
At Old Ben Franklin Mitsubishi in Oak Ridge. At Old Ben Franklin Mitsubishi
in Oak Ridge.
For details, go to oldbenfranklinmitsubishi.com. oldbenfranklinmitsubishi.com.
See dealer for terms and conditions.
We started out on AM, then added FM, then a website stream, and now we're worldwide on the Sports Animal app. Everywhere you go, the Sports Animal stream is there. All fact, no fluff. Honest, credible sports information from two guys that know the facts. Here's Josh and Swain on the Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Still have an attaboy to hand out before the show ends. Number of VFLs doing quite well out there, which Tennessee fans always love to see. We've had a lot to talk about. We've been all over today talking about the George McIntyre effect. He is scheduled to join us tomorrow, by the way, so we'll confirm a time, but likely at the starting point or early part of the 1 o'clock hour, as he'll be in school, but Brentwood Academy is going to get him on the show to talk about committing to Tennessee, and we talked to Austin Price in the first hour about not only McIntyre but other players that could potentially join the class, partly in thanks to McIntyre being on board. So that subject, January playoff and record talk is always fun in college football. When spring practice hasn't occurred and rosters haven't completely been filled out, coaching staffs are still
you got to read some of those.
Somewhat fluid. They're good. But last segment, Braden Gall talking about Tennessee's playoff chances and Tennessee being in a really good spot. I didn't realize this thanks to Evan, I think, in the YouTube chat. Yeah, Evan, thanks, pointing out Greg McElroy's comments. Now, Evan mentioned Greg McElroy trashing Tennessee. All I've seen is his most recent podcast episode that he did. Greg was talking about SEC teams with a playoff chance. So first of all, being on the list, I think, is actually a compliment.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good.
If you were on the playoff contenders list, that's pretty good. He gave Tennessee a 15% chance to make the playoff. Believes their most likely record is 8-4, can see 9-3 with a shot at 10-2. Said 9-3 gives them a better chance of being in the playoff. Side note, that's also a tricky part. We don't know for sure because we haven't seen a 12-team playoff. I think 9-3 gives you a shot, but you need to be really competitive probably in those losses. But that's another conversation. But I didn't view it as being super critical of Tennessee. He was complimentary of the team.
No.
Said the schedule is manageable. I think saying 8-4 is what is rubbing people the wrong way in a lot of ways. But, the replies, one saying 9-3 is the floor. I'm sorry, 9-3 is not the floor for Tennessee this upcoming year. Like my prediction right now would be better than 8-4. If you said, hey, Josh, you have to give me a record on January 24th, I would lean 9-3. But the floor for the season is not 9-3.
Back when I was younger, man, I used to get spankings, and they worked for me.
Okay.
I mean, that worked for everybody, but they worked for me. And I remember hearing, this is going to hurt me more than it hurt you. And I was like, that's a load of crap because I'm the one hurting. This belt, this switch, it hurts. Well, this is going to hurt me more than it hurts some of the people out there that just believe that we deserve to be thought of to be 9-3 as the floor. What was the record of this team last year?
In the regular season, Tennessee went 8-4.
Yeah, so Tennessee went 8-4. We spent a nice chunk of money with our NIL to bring those same players back. You have added some players in the secondary. We don't know how they're going to mesh and how they're going to play. That's an unknown. Not saying that they won't be better. We just don't know. It's unknown. You have a new quarterback. You have a backfield that's losing Jalen Wright, who is an NFL back. We went over this last year when you lost talented players to the NFL. There's going to be a little bit of a step back. To say all that, I am saying it's okay that Greg McElroy in January is saying 8-4 because a lot of the guys who are coming back from that 8-4 team will be back. Don't know how Brew McCoy is going to be. And he said Brew McCoy is going to come back healthy. I don't even know that. I don't know how healthy he's going to be, if he's going to be his same self or if he's going to be better. We don't know that. Greg in the video assumes that he's going to be back and healthy. We don't know that. So there's a lot of unknowns. So I just don't think you should put your nose up and get all upset at Greg McElroy for saying 8-4, 9-3 today. I mean, there's a lot we don't know. Pretty fair to me.
I agree. I think saying right now 15% chance to make the playoff, I don't know what the number should be. I don't know what the odds makers would say, but I don't view that as being overly critical. I view it as a compliment that he has Tennessee in the conversation with all the unknown for Tennessee and other teams this far out from the 2024 season. We are 7.5 months away.
It would be a disappointment. Even more of a disappointment. Yeah, even more of a disappointment when Tennessee went 8-4 in 2023. Like, if you go 8-4 this year, It's going to be even worse of a disappointment. But again, you got a lot of these guys coming back. You don't know the injury situation, who gets hurt, who stays healthy. I'm not going to say 8-4. I'm going to say 9-3, with the same opportunity to go 10-2 like the 2022 team. I mean, that would be ideal to ensure that you have a spot in the college football playoff. But I'm not going to go 8-4. But I'm not going to rip anybody for saying 8-4 either, because again, like, it's January, man. It's January.
Let's see, what was my favorite one?
You got a favorite message from Greg's comments?
Is he on crack?
Don't think I should answer that one.
No, to be clear, what crack is he on? The assumption is already made. He just wants specific on the kind. I don't know if that's a branding question or not, but that was my favorite.
Just a lot of the guys from 8-4 team are back.
8-4 is wild. 9-3 is really the floor. 10-2 most likely.
Yeah, I said 9-3 for the last 2 years. I said 9-3 and 22 and 9-3 and 23. We went 10-2 in 22, and I was one game off there. We went 8-4 in 23, and it was one game off there. So it kind of all evened out and balanced out. I don't know where I'm going to go right now, because Tennessee is going to probably address the portal again during the spring. I need to see how this team actually looks during the spring. I need to see how this team looks during the fall and in the summer when the fall camp starts. Like, these are things that are important before you start throwing out random records. Like, you got to do a little bit of research here, have a little bit of context. And I think it'd just be good to see the team actually practice.
That's also fair. New favorite response, LOL, 10-2 easily. Well, if 10-2 is easy, why wouldn't you just go 11-1?
Man, we did this last year though, around the same time. We was talking 10-2.
Yeah, I love this sport.
Yeah, we did the same time. I mean, the same thing last year. This very, very moment. But hey, I love it. I love the fact that I saw, I think it was Saturday Down South, post a Instagram schedule of Kentucky, and it asked people what Kentucky's record was going to be, and in the comments is Gerald Bency, and he put 11-1. And I was saying to myself, why in the hell would he put 11-1? If you're a player on the team, you're supposed to say 12-0. But he did transfer from Tennessee. So I get it. I know what that one.
Yeah.
I know what that L represents. It represents the L of Tennessee. Why? Because it just happens.
He knows the history.
It just happens, man.
Right.
It just happens.
We have an attaboy to hand out coming up next on Josh and Swain. We're with you for another 30 minutes as we continue next to VFL. Jason Swain, I'm Josh Ward, as we continue on 99.1 The Sports Animal and AM 640 The Sports Monster.
Win yourself a limited edition Sports Animal Game Day towel powered by Food City. Just listen for the when and where. Then wave your Sports Animal Game Day towel cheering on the Vols from Food City, your official supermarket of the Vols. And 99.1 The Sports Animal. The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on The Sports Animal.
The Tennessee Titans have hired Brian Callahan to be the team's next head coach. Callahan replaces Mike Vrabel, who was fired after back-to-back losing seasons. Callahan spent the last 5 years as the offensive coordinator in Cincinnati, helping the Bengals to a Super Bowl appearance 2 years ago. He was also an offensive assistant in Denver when the Broncos won the Super Bowl back in 2015. Former Tennessee baseball standout Todd Helton is now a Hall of Famer. The former Vol will be enshrined in Cooperstown for the class of 2024 after receiving 79% of the votes in his 6th year on the Hall of Fame ballot. He joins Adrian Beltre and Joe Mauer in this year's class. Helton finished his career batting .316 over 17 years, all with the Colorado Rockies. He had over 2,500 career hits and finished with 369 career homers. SEC Hoops tonight. Georgia gets LSU at 6:30. Alabama faces Auburn at 7:30. Mississippi State visits Florida at 8:30. Ole Miss takes on Arkansas at 9. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Wilson Brothers Plumbing. That's who we have used at my home for plumbing issues that we have run into in the last year and plumbing projects that we need to take care of. If we run into an issue, which we hope to not, but we're homeowners, that can happen, we know that Wilson Brothers Plumbing will be there available for us. This last week plus, we've dealt with freezing temperatures. We have a ton of rain coming in, it looks like, over the next few days. Anytime you run into a problem, Wilson Brothers Plumbing is available there. They have crews that will be ready to help if you have a problem they need to respond to. If you want to get out in front of potential problems in the future, Wilson Brothers Plumbing can help with preventative maintenance. If you think you might have an issue or you want to make sure that you don't, get in touch with Wilson Brothers Plumbing. They can come out and check things out. Committed to craftsmanship, continuing to grow, locally owned. Call Wilson Brothers Plumbing at 865-415-1537. You can go online to wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. Wilson Brothers, the proof is in the plumbing.
This has been a paid announcement.
I remember when I was a little boy and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman, and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy, and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today, or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store. Well, we'll even tuck you in.
It's time to transform your old, outdated kitchen into the dream space you and your family want. Kitchen Sales can make those dreams a reality. Kitchen Sales carries the largest selection of fine kitchen and bathroom cabinetry that ranges from a more affordable line all the way up to a fully custom line. See the selection for yourself at one of their 2 amazing showrooms, Hoyt Avenue, just off Cherry Street, and in the Town and Country Circle near Best Buy. For more information, go to kitchensales.net.
Kitchen Sales, Kitchen Sales. Cabinets and countertops, we are the place to shop. Come on down.
Should all acquaintance be forgot and dirty carpets too? Tyler Ivins, I can't carry a tune in a bucket, but I can tell you if you use my name, when you schedule at Zero Res, you can start 2024 off the right way with fresh, fluffy carpets thanks to our friends at Zero Res. You can pick up the telephone and you can give them a ring, 865-816-5250, and when you mention me from the Sports Animal, you're going to get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned and a hallway clean for free for just $109. ZeroResKnoxville.com.
Got a small business that no one's heard of except your grandma? Time for a boost. From Cumulus Boost, the affordable way to boost local search engine optimization and help manage reviews. Cumulus Boost helps local businesses improve their online presence so they're not buried by bigger companies in local searches. Get found, get on the map, and get a boost with Cumulus Boost at cumulusboost.com. That's CUMULUS boost.com.
When you're preparing for your presentation, what you say matters. Your delivery matters. The quality matters. Your image matters. So trust Image Matters, Knoxville's most respected office technology dealer to create the image you want. Image Matters is locally owned and operated, offering total document output solutions to fit both your needs and budget. From multifunction printers to production printing, backed by customer service that's second to none. To learn how Image Matters can help you, visit ImageMattersInc.com or call 865-212-3600. Technology you need, people you trust.
This report is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help.
PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
We'll see more clouds this afternoon with highs into the upper 50s to lower 60s. Rain really pushes in this evening, and especially throughout the overnight hours. We got that WVLT First Alert Weather Day for Thursday as we're tracking a messy morning and evening commute and watch the potential for some flooding. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Paige Noel.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. East Tennessee, born and raised. If you're facing legal troubles, make the call to East Tennessee's local law firm, Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group. Call 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. You're listening to Josh and Swain on 99.1, the Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain, we'll hand out an attaboy to a VFL who's done quite well coming up in just a moment. We appreciate you hanging out with us today. Appreciate the text and response. By the way, a couple of texts that came in, either bacon cheeseburger or just bacon with peanut butter. National Peanut Butter Day. So shout out to those texts. Bacon, can't go wrong. Peanut butter, can't go wrong either.
And they can't go wrong. We've already had that discussion about bacon.
With all due respect to those who deal with nut allergies.
Yeah, sorry. Y'all don't know what y'all missing.
Yes. And those are serious, too.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Scott in Knoxville texted, who besides Oklahoma, Alabama, and Georgia will even be capable of beating Tennessee this year? 9-3 is the floor.
You know, this time last year, I thought the same thing about Missouri. And didn't think Missouri had a chance of beating Tennessee, considering Tennessee almost put 70 points on Missouri's head a few weeks prior at this point last year. So you just never know who's going to be that big mover. You know, we had that conversation with Braden Gall about, all right, which team's going to be a big mover, from a bottom dweller or a team that was barely bowl eligible to threatening to win 8, 9, 10 games. Missouri obviously was the big mover this year, but you just never know. Tennessee was the big mover in 2022, and no one really expected Tennessee to do what they did. The offensive line was the big equalizer. They were the big difference, I think, in this team winning 8 games versus winning 11 games that season. So you just don't know, man. You just don't know.
You don't know about injuries. You don't know about the opposition's development. I don't know anybody a year ago that thought Missouri. I didn't know anybody the week of the South Carolina game in 2022 that thought Tennessee was going to win or to lose that game. That includes the other side. I didn't know anybody from the South Carolina side that thought the Gamecocks would win. So that's the point of it.
Well, you got to look at the last 2 years. Tennessee has had 3 games of where you lost, but we didn't expect those losses. Like, we didn't expect South Carolina 22, and I understand the record, the history between Florida, but come on, man. Like, Florida was terrible against Utah. Florida's roster not good as Tennessee.
They went 5-7 with that win.
Like, terrible.
Yep.
And then you look at the Missouri loss. So those are 3 losses in 2 years where you didn't expect those. So you have to account for that. You have to consider that when you're looking at this schedule this year. Now, that doesn't mean that Tennessee can't go and win 9 games and that be the floor, or win 10 games. All I'm saying is you can't just discount the possibility of winning 9 games or winning 8 games. You can't discount it. Like, Arkansas may be better than what people expect.
Tennessee will be favored, I would think, against NC State. That's not an automatic show-up-and-win game. That's not UTC.
No, it's not. It's not. But Sam Pittman's job is on the line. Yeah. Arkansas is going to be a better football team. So You should win, should be favored in the NC State game and Arkansas game, but you got to respect that opponent.
Yep.
You have to.
Yep. All right, before we finish this segment of Josh and Swain, right now we hand out today's Attaboy.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy.
We kind of made a joke yesterday, Swain. Hey, if Todd Helton gets voted in, he's got to get our Attaboy. That, hey, he could get that along with the Hall of Fame vote. But seriously, as we hand out Attaboys every day, thanks to Native Design and Hardscape, how do we not go Todd Helton today? What a career. What an athlete he was. It is incredible when you look at a room of quarterbacks and you have two Hall of Famers in two different sports, Peyton Manning and Helton. They end up in Denver. That's where Todd was his entire career, and Peyton, of course, with the Broncos. But Todd was a special athlete, what he was able to do in multiple sports. He was a terrific hitter. He's been a great representative of Tennessee. Tennessee, I think, has meant a lot to him as well. So all the fans celebrating a guy who deserves an attaboy and more, Todd Helton.
17 years. He's from Knoxville. Did what he did at Tennessee. You got to put him on attaboy today. There's no other place for him to be than attaboy. So, yeah, attaboy Todd Helton. It's really, really cool moment for him, his family. I love seeing players get the call from the Hall of Fame, letting them know that they made it, because you see that raw emotion. And we saw that with Todd Helton, too.
Yep. So congratulations, attaboy to Todd Helton. He's a Hall of Famer. That is a class that very few get to enter, and he will, along with Adrian Beltre and Joe Malik. Congrats, attaboy to Todd Helton, and we hand out attaboys and attagirls every day thanks to Native Design and Hardscape. If you're looking to make some changes with your outdoor space, that can be at your home, that can be at your business, go check out nativetn.com. See some of the work that they have done. Jacob Dunaway and his team will make sure you're taken care of and that they help handle or give you ideas for whatever you might need. nativetn.com is the website. Call 865-310-3256 for Native Design and Hardscape. We have a final segment of Josh and Swain coming up next. We'll hit the power poll, get you to Tyler and Will at 3 o'clock on 99.1 The Sports Animal, and we continue as well on The Sports Monster.
Rock and Roll Hall of Famers, the Doobie Brothers, Tom Johnston, Michael McDonald, Pat Simmons, and John McPhee. The 2024 Tour with special guest, the Robert Cray Band, live in Knoxville. Performing at Thompson Bowling Arena at Food City Center, July 14th. Get tickets this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. For more, visit thedoobieBrothers.com.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln. Stop by and see us tomorrow. We'll be at the Parkside Drive location from 12 until 3 at Ted Russell Ford. You can stop by and check out the different options they have. The trucks, the SUVs. This past week might have given you an idea of I need something different if weather hits or if you're thinking about travel for the upcoming summer. They can help fill whatever need you have from their lineup of trucks with the F-Series and Super Duty trucks. The F-150 Lightning, they can help you with the Explorer and Expedition, or maybe you don't need quite as much space with your SUV. They have the Ford Edge and the Ford Bronco. Check out everything that they have at either location, Parkside Drive or Kingston Pike, as well as right next door to the Ted Russell Ford Kingston Pike location. There is the brand new Lincoln Vitrine. If you have thought about, if you've been interested in a Lincoln, go to Ted Russell Lincoln. You can shop online at tedrussellford.net. Stop by and see us tomorrow on Parkside Drive. There's also the Kingston Pike location for you with Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln.
This has been a paid announcement.
At Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, there's something that binds us all. The collective goal to transcend the ordinary. Introducing the Cobra Dark Speed Driver. Engineered with advanced aerodynamics, power bridge technology, and a large hot face for more speed and consistency. Visit us in store for a free custom fitting at Edwin Watts Golf Shops or shop us online at worldwidegolf.com. Get there!
Tennessee has lots of buried pipelines, so it's important to know the signs of a leak, like if you smell unusual odors or hear hissing. Ew. See bubbling earth or water, or dead or dying vegetation. Some signs are even harder to miss, like dirt being blown into the air, a frost ball in an open field, or a flame coming from the ground. If you see any of these signs, don't wait. Leave the area immediately and call 911 or your pipeline company. For more tips on pipeline safety, visit pipesafety.org. A message from the Tennessee Gas Association, Tennessee Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
I remember when I was a little boy, and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman, and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy, and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today, or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store. Well, we'll even tuck you in.
Hi, I'm David Brewster, owner of Aqua Clear Water Systems. The next time you're hauling heavy bottles of water, think, why am I doing this? With an award-winning Connecticut water system from Aqua Clear, I could make my own clean, fresh water. Better than bottled. Give us a call at 865-694-1725 or find us on the web at aquaclearws.com.
Aqua Clear, we'll change your water. It'll change your life.
If there's intelligent life out there somewhere, there's streaming 99.1 The Sports Animal. Guaranteed.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Back for the final segment of Josh and Swain. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Thanks for all the interaction. We appreciate the messages, the texts, YouTube chat. A lot of food takes out there on National Peanut Butter Day, including Ted Hall said, I will not let it go. Peanut butter and mayo. He's a big supporter, big proponent. Now, I'll let him have it. He can have his own sandwich, and I'll eat something, in my opinion, much better over here.
Hey.
That's fine. Everybody has different tastes. You know about mine sometimes, so who am I to judge?
Do your thing, Ted Hall. Do your thing, man.
If you want to go back and listen to any of the conversations we've had today, just Swain and me, or Braden Gall when he joined us at the start of the hour, the face-off which Joel gifted to Swain in the first hour.
Man. You deserve that L. You know it.
Okay. Again, everybody has their own taste. Austin Price in the first hour as well. Search Josh and Swain anywhere you get your podcast. You can always listen to us on demand, thanks to Beatty Chevrolet. Before we close out today's show, let's hit the power poll. Swain, it's also been a way too early day for college football. We talked about some way too early All-American teams from Chris Lowe and ESPN.com. James Pierce Jr. first team on that way too early team, and then Cooper May's second team at center. So some national pub for a couple of balls. And then this hour we talked about playoff talk for the 24 season in college football. So how about our own way too early top 5 playoff contenders out of the SEC for the 2024 season?
Yeah, I'm going to go number 5, Tennessee. Number 4, going Alabama. Number 3, Ole Miss. 2, Texas. And number 1, Georgia.
I have an honorable mention to Alabama.
Okay.
People are laughing a little too hard at the roster. The roster's still going to be quite good.
It's still going to be good. Yep. And still got Jalen Milroe, who's pretty good this year, too.
It's like we had the message last week or the week before. They got to get a different quarterback. You can't win the SEC with Jalen Milroe. He just won the SEC.
Yeah.
As the starting quarterback at Alabama. But it's a schedule thing. Their schedule is rough. They go to Knoxville. They go to Baton Rouge. They go to Norman. It's going to be in Tuscaloosa for the Iron Bowl. I don't know that matters that much. So I think their schedule is really tough. Plus a trip to Madison, Wisconsin with a new coach. Not an easy game. I have Tennessee number 5, like you. This, again, is schedule. I have Missouri number 4. They just went 10-2. Brady Cook's coming back. Here's their first month. Murray State, Buffalo, Boston College, Vandy. 2 weeks to get ready for Texas A&M. They have Oklahoma coming to Columbia, and they have 2 weeks to get ready for it, and they avoid Bama and Georgia.
Yeah, they belong in that top 5. They do.
Auburn goes to Columbia. They don't play Tennessee.
Yeah.
So they're not going to play many of these teams we're talking about as contenders.
Easy schedule, probably the easiest.
Yep. And no Ole Miss. Yeah, so they don't play any of these contenders, really, except for at home. So I have Ole Miss number 3, Texas number 2, Georgia number 1. Our top 3, the same.
Yeah, I don't mind putting Texas number 1, honestly. I mean, look at
they're
what
loading up.
Yeah, what they've done in the portal, what they have coming back. I mean, I can put Texas number 1 and be perfectly fine with Georgia number 2.
They just went to the playoff. Both teams have their quarterbacks coming back.
Yeah.
And really our top 3. Jackson Dart going back to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
That's a factor, too. So can't wait. We do have to wait 7.5 months, but the talk is here for 2024. That is our power poll today. Way too early. Top 5 playoff contenders out of the SEC for the extended 12-team playoff. We hit the power poll every day thanks to Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, your less red tape banking alternative. About a minute to go, Swain. We miss anything? Alabama-Auburn, that's a big basketball game to watch in the SEC as Tennessee gets a midweek break waiting for Vanderbilt coming up on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, man. Good time to scout, see what's going on with the Auburn Tigers. Really good basketball team. Great atmosphere. It's different than the atmosphere here in Knoxville, but it is great. And so looking forward to seeing the iron bowl on the hardwood. Looking forward to seeing that.
Also, Doc Rivers is the new head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. That was awfully fast. Fired yesterday.
A little tampering going on, huh?
Less than 24 hours later, Doc Rivers is in place.
A little tampering.
Yeah, might have been some work behind the scenes.
Might have been.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us today. We appreciate all the interaction. We appreciate you being with us every day, 12 to 3 on 99.1 The Sports Animal and on AM 640 up in the Tri-Cities on The Sports Monster. Joel Silverberg, we appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow, Parkside Drive location at Ted Russell Ford. Tyler and Will take over next on The Sports Animal. We'll see you tomorrow at 12 o'clock on Josh and Swain.
How wrestling really works and how you get the ratings. Eric Bischoff and Conrad Thompson